Eureka.
We make plays every day, yeah. 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 We make plays every day, yeah.
Yeah. Trying to do my best Hunter Hearst Helmsley goddamn intro. You feel me? Hey, my name is Luigi. We are here. Welcome to the Real Fantasy Playmakers What If Edition. We are breaking down round 1/week 15 of the fantasy football playoffs. And I'm not alone here. We're going to bring in our incredible panel of hosts. Excuse me. Almost choked on some random. Anyways, introducing first, one of the hardest working men in the industry, one of the most notorious men in the fantasy football industry is my man, the fantasy football hustler. The three eyes. The three eyes.
Intensity, integrity, and intelligence. Oh, yeah. Don't you ever boo an Olympic gold medalist.
I thought the last one was ignorance, bruh. You know what I'm saying?
Kurt Angle is pretty ignorant most of the time.
Yeah. Hey, but you know who's not ignorant? Is my man. He's the life of the party. You know what I'm saying? He hails all the way from an itty-bitty town in South Texas. It's our man, Kaka, the fantasy football Peacock. Kaka.
What is up? Speaking of third eyes.
Yeah.
Luigi is with us tonight.
Yes.
Can't be any more excited to talk about
Three
playoffs.
eyes.
Fantasy football playoffs, week 15. It's finally here. If you made it, congratulations, everybody. We're here to rock you into that next round. And if you got the bye, well, stick with us and have some fun anyway.
And if you got that bye week, you're not kicking your feet up. You're getting closer to the money. And speaking of money, we're bringing in our next host. Man, he got all the ill designs. It's our man, JC Money Design.
I like big books and I can't lie. You other brothers can't deny. You want a girl walk.
What up, family?
What's up?
Strong. Hey, you know what?
Yeah, here to party.
Hey, check this out. JC Money Design, aka JC Penny Idea. That wasn't it's not some of my best work, but yeah.
It works.
What's happening, fellas? How y'all doing?
What's up? Real good. Ready to get high.
Ready to get high, man.
Higher.
Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. You know what I mean? Like I just said, we're gonna break down the entire week 15 slate here. And before we get to all that, you know what I mean? We just want to remind y'all that those of y'all that didn't get into the dance, hey, fantasy ain't over for you.
That's right.
Hustler, tell them about Super Draft Pro.
You guys got to go get down on Super Draft Pro. My link is sdhustler.com. Bogard's link is in the description on the GMM network. It has been so awesome. Daily fantasy like no other. It's not just fantasy football. We got fantasy basketball. And fantasy hockey is about to get up in there. We're double dipping with some sports right now. We got football on Thursday, Monday, Saturday, and Sunday this week.
What?
Yeah, I forgot about that
Yep.
Saturday.
Wait, say that again. We got football Thursday.
What? Thursday.
We got football Saturday.
What?
We got football Sunday.
What?
What?
We got more football Sunday.
What?
Football Sunday night.
What?
Football Sunday morning.
What?
Yeah.
Brunch.
Oh.
Football Monday. The day after Sunday.
What?
Before Tuesday.
And there we go. Big Kong's in there. What?
Yes. That's hella football, bro.
So you guys got to go start playing. It is so fun. Anybody who goes and gets signed up on a membership every single contest, every single day, you're going to be playing against us because all of us are in these membership contests that we're playing in. There's a free tier that you could get on. You get one contest a day. $20 gets you 2 contests every single day for the entire month. That's a month worth of contests for $20. $50 or $100. I recommend the $100 tier because you get into more contests per day. The payouts are way higher and just more opportunities to make your money back and get a bunch of profit going. So yeah, in the very first month, I clocked over $200 just in the very first month of playing.
Me too.
I won money last night, and I forgot to spin my wheel today, and I just did the wheel spin, and I got 500 rewards points. So
There you go.
there's a nice going into my tickets here, so I can play that in a cash game pretty soon. And it's great. It's fun. Not only that, the basketball is going off. I've been winning a lot of money at playing basketball lineups recently, so that's great. I did try an NHL free roll with part of my basic plan that I'm under, and it didn't go so well. But I'm going to keep trying as long as they're free and they're up there, and see how it happens.
We
But I
know a
finished with
guy, Peacock.
negative 0.4 points. Setting a hockey lineup,
You did better
bro.
than me. You did better than me. I tried to do it on my own some too. You can't do it
Yeah,
on
I
your
didn't
own
do any
some
research.
if you don't know hockey.
I just
So
went
we have-
multipliers there, and it didn't work out. But basketball, football has been paying off lately.
So we have a friend of the show who's always chiming in on the live streams. He follows hockey, he plays fantasy hockey, all that type of stuff. He's given me, plays hockey until he tore his
Fights people
ACL.
on the ice.
And he's given me 2 lineups that have hit. I think 2 out of 3 lineups that he's given me have already hit so far in NHL. So we're going to get him coming on the show, doing some hockey lineups randomly throughout the week. And
Hey, bro, I guarantee he's missing teeth.
he's got to be. If you play hockey and you have all your teeth, you're a bitch.
0 teeth. Bro loves soup.
Yeah, look, I won $2 on the Arizona LA Rams game there. I set one
Nice.
lineup. I set 2 lineups, and one of them hit, so not bad there. So I
Hey,
think that
you
was
know
the
what
last
makes
time I
me
got some
mad?
cash.
What I had everyone that hit, but I didn't have the right combination of who was in my champion and co-champion. You know what I mean, and I didn't have any kickers neither. So it's just like fuck, man. Like, but I had all the right skill guys. I had I always like to. I diagnose who I'm gonna jam in each one of my joints, and it was Kyler, Stafford, Michelle, who ultimately kind of screwed it because the multiplier was too great, but it wasn't in my lineup. Wasn't enough. But then and then I went with Hopkins that kind of fucked me, and then Cup obviously did his thing.
Right,
You know
Cup
what I'm
was my
saying?
captain. Cup
and then
was
I
my captain,
rotated.
and then I went Connor.
Connor, exactly. And then last I rotated like either Van Jefferson or OBJ, and it was like if I just had the perfect one, it would have been better. But that's what I love about that. You know what I mean? Like it's different strategy. That's why I love fantasy. You know what I mean? We're in multiple different type of leagues. I love the diversity, and this is just another part of that. It's Super Draft Pro. Definitely want to squeeze all the juices out of fantasy football, and you know what I'm saying? This also carries into the reality playoffs. Super Draft Pro, give me money. You know what I mean?
And all the way through the Super Bowl. So, I mean, everyone who's going to be stopping playing fantasy football in 2 weeks, literally because of Super Draft Pro, we're playing in damn near every single game all the way through the Super Bowl.
Shit.
That's
Real
awesome.
degenerates.
Titan and Palmer would have been the fucking play this week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You know what's
true,
sad? Instead of just playing them both like a savage, we debated it all week, like who or who, and neither party would have been wrong.
Yeah,
Right,
my
I mean,
main,
like-
my
No,
main
with their
slate,
multiplier, you would have scored a lot of points.
my main slate lineup that hit for $1.50. I mean, that's not whatever, but was Allen, Fournette, Patterson, Ayuk, Lockett, Diggs, Schultz, and Gronk. So I went 2 tight ends there at the end. And then the other one that hit for money was Taysom Hill, Antonio Gibson, Javonte Williams, Renfro, Aquanemius St. Brown, Julio Jones, Dawson Knox, and Alvin Kamara. So both of those lineups hit money, but they probably could have been better if I just switched out 1 or 2 guys.
That's how it is.
That's how it is.
Shout out to Dre Noel, said I got 5 teeth pulled today and I'm still on time. I like it.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Hey
Got
man,
wisdom
he's on.
teeth out, I'm sure.
Hey,
or
bro,
something.
he's on them good. He's on them good painkillers right now. You know what I
Gotta
mean?
be.
Hey,
Gotta
listen, man.
Codeine.
Okay, allegedly, right? I'm not promoting this, but like bust them in half and have a
Mhm.
beer. That's the way to do it. Allegedly.
And that
Yeah,
show,
it's not bad.
Take 2 of these and call me in the morning.
I had some bad back spasms back in the day, and I would get
The muscle
Tramadol.
relaxers.
Yeah.
Yes. See how I knew that? The little triangle joints be like, listen. I
Those
remember
things
this one.
they helped, trust me. But after a while, I was like, man, I just gotta like put these in hide them in a cabinet somewhere else, forget about them because I don't need them anymore.
I got a quick story.
Find him later.
Find them later.
Hold on.
Oh,
It's
shit.
Luigi's story time, real quick. So, like, my oldest daughter, when she was a wee tyke, she was actually in it was a transitional kindergarten, right? So I'm walking her, and she's going to the same school that I went to, so I'm really juiced about it. And it's like the first week of school, and there's like a little bridge. You walk over the bridge because there's like a creek, and we're walking to the back of the
Oh,
school.
it's awesome.
Yeah, and then it's the little kindergarten area, and you have the playground, and there's a big old fence, and then like she's holding a toy, and it's a small toy, she drops it and it rolls under the fence, and I'm like, ooh, and instead of like hollering at a teacher or something, I just hit the fence like a G, you know what I mean? Ha! Over the fence, I grabbed the thing, and mind you, I was set to this was a Tuesday, and I always used to volunteer every Tuesday because you know what I'm saying, because not only that is that just awesome. Right. But also because I don't trust nobody. So I wanted to really get to know this teacher. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, you know what I mean? This is my first child. I was real paranoid like that. You know what I mean? In a good way. Right. So, anyways, I hop over the fence, I grab a toy, and I hit the fence on the other side again. And on the way down, I slashed my finger on the top of the joint. So I'm just blood everywhere. You know what I mean? And anyway, so I go to the she goes to school. I go to the emergency room, right? And then they're stitching me up. And they're like, oh, what kind of they're like, what kind of pain medicine do you prefer? Blah, blah, blah. And, they're like Vicodins. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, Vicodins are weak. I'm like, I'm allergic to those. How about Percocets? You know what I mean? or Narcos or something. Like, I'm just, whatever it was, right? I'm like, Vicodins are whack. And then they're like, so then the doctor comes back like, well, we can't prescribe you any of these because it's all pretty much the same. So if you're allergic to that, you're allergic to all of them. And I was like, I'm sorry. I was like,
yourself.
Right?
Fuck up. Give him the wrong excuse.
Right? I lost a lot of blood that day, you know what I mean? Wasn't thinking straight.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. Now I'm always just like, what's the strongest thing? I'm in a lot of pain. It's typically what I say.
Yeah, you know what they go 10 out of 10. You just say 10 every time.
Mm-hmm. There's a pro tip for all you listeners out there.
Because if you say because it's just so funny how doctors compartmentalize shit like that, right? Like, all right, scale of 1 to 10. It's like, listen, bro, let's be real. If it was 10, I wouldn't be able to talk to you right now, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Let's go 1 to 100. Let's say that. I'm like 70 right now.
The wifey just got a new gig, and she's a pharmaceutical rep now, but unfortunately, it's just seizure medication. So that's where that's where I'm at with that. But
around my parts, we call that CBD.
Yeah, I don't think she can go around like doing that with doctors. But
let's see. We got a question here from a man, Jarrett. Let's see what he said here. We said, who's the better play out of Jimmy G or Tannehill in regards to Atlanta's D or Pittsburgh's D?
In regards to the defense
I'm going
solely?
Give me Himmy.
Yeah, give me Jimmy.
Yep.
In regards to the defense only, I guess
he's damn near averaging 300 yards passing in the month of November, from the month of November till now.
Yeah, they're gonna play. They're playing Atlanta, right? So
yeah.
And Atlanta, Matt Ryan, that wily bastard, that wily old vet, he always plays us well for some odd reason. So
might run up the score a little.
Exactly. So you know what I mean? Let's throw it around a little bit with handsome Jimmy. Hey, you might have a pick or two. Hey, you know what I mean? Jimmy's the type of guy, if you play on his team, he throws a bad pitch, you're like, fucking Jimmy. He looks
yeah,
at
but
you,
in regards to the
like,
question, when he's talking about, he's saying in regards to like the defense, Jimmy G is the better play because he has a better matchup.
Exactly.
And even if the matchup was a little bit worse, Tannehill's been ass. Jimmy's been all right.
Yeah, this would be a game for Tannehill to kind of bounce back. I know that he got Julio back, right? So
yeah, low key, I like that game to shoot out.
Hasn't made a big difference, unfortunately.
I like that game to shoot out, but it's also hard to trust the Big Ben side of it. You know what I mean? Because
Big Ben's been on fire.
Yeah, for sure. In the fourth quarter. You know what I mean?
Garbage time Ben. He's pulling a full Blake Bortles right now.
Hell yeah. Big Bortles.
Big Bortles.
He's morphed. Big Bortles burger.
Big Bortles burger.
Triple B. He's
Yeah,
bringing back the killer bees. Just him.
Tannehill, like, he hasn't
Ben
the
Roethlisberger.
play action since he lost Henry, and then him like taking off and running. It just hasn't been there the way it used to. They're splitting more of those carries between the two backs, so you don't have Tannehill using his legs, which gave you such a nice rushing floor last year. And while Henry was there, because they would still use that because everybody was so keyed in on King Henry that Tannehill could just fake the handoff, keep it, and he'd be wide open
And
for a
he
20,
had
30
10
yarder.
wheels too.
Yeah, he's not
Yeah.
wrong,
You know,
Texas
The
A&M
roll
quarterback.
drip.
Hey, finger roll. Hey, you ain't lying.
That's
We
what-
haven't
that's
seen that in
it.
a minute.
That's my shit, dude. He just
Yeah.
did it this week. He just did it this week.
There
That's
you
a
go.
really good team. I ain't gonna lie.
Exactly.
Just coached wise, like, you know what I mean. Like, it's some
Yeah, I
real
love me some
Patriot
Vrabel.
shit.
He was
Yeah. Like
assistant
Vrabel
coach
will
there
go
with
out
the
there
Texans.
and fight with you. You know what I mean? Like,
Even the
Vrabel will-
injuries,
Vrabel
like the
will
like the
practice.
wide receivers being injured, is
Hey,
definitely
he want-
affected,
he
Tannehill.
wanted to beat up. He wanted to beat up John Harbaugh. Remember that last year?
Oh yeah.
And stepped on the shit. He came out that motherfucker. He wanted to fight it. Was that this year? That was last year.
Last year, man. But that was also when they were drafting at his house during COVID with all the whack his kids
Oh,
dressed
yeah.
all crazy. Somebody was taking
Yeah,
a shit.
There
in the
was a
background
dude
the
with a
door open.
mullet. There's a dude with a mullet in the background on the shitter. And what's crazy is, like, I don't even think dude was wearing like clothes. He was wearing like a bodysuit or something. It was weird. And he had the door wide open. He was looking at his phone. Granted, that's probably how we all take a shit. But goddamn it, close the door, bruh. There's drafting over here.
That was so wild.
Like,
dude.
how are
It's
you?
like, what?
This is a grown ass man, and he was kind of yoked, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So you probably had one of them protein shake dumps. You know that stank at the house. Close the door, bro.
Those are the worst.
I'm saying,
when I was like in the tip top shape of my life, like literally CrossFitting 3 times a day, like it was my job. Yeah, that's how that would
when
be
you're
in the morning.
training, when you're a personal trainer.
I was a
Real
personal
time.
trainer for 5 whole years, if you could believe that. So
See,
and
there
I
it
own-
is.
I own my own gym.
Bazillion dollar idea. Bazillion dollar idea. It's the protein shake that doesn't stink like hell. Right?
Dude,
And
if
it-
you forget
you know what
if you
I'm saying?
forget protein in the shaker and you open it up hours later, oh, it's the worst.
Mhm.
It's like
That's what's
how does
coming out of your
how does
poop.
it go bad so fast? I mean, I don't understand how that happens, but anyway.
I don't know.
There's some science behind that shit, like that
Shout
and
out
bread
to
or avocados.
Shout out to what do they call it? Antacids. What is the shit inside our intestinal shit, that super strong acid?
Enzymes? No.
Nah, that's the shit that's in our saliva that breaks down food and shit. And mushrooms and stuff.
I would say
other
stomach.
things
I
of
would
that
say it's
nature.
just stomach acid, but I don't know
Yeah,
what it's
stomach
called.
acid, right? Yeah, but I think it's like antacid or whatever. But that
Yeah,
shit's
that's what-
like, yeah. See, even that shit's not strong enough to burn all away that funk. Is my point. You know what I mean? The protein, and that's what that dude that was Mike Vrabel's homie. Well, maybe they're, when you're a meathead, maybe they're all. It's just like maybe
The
they're
whole
all
family
used to
looks
it.
that way.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike Vrabel still looks like he's working out. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I know that
when
he
you're
was on
that
the
big
Tex-
though, too,
when he was on
you
the
have
yeah
to
when,
stay
he- when
in
he was on the
shape.
Texan staff, like I would see, like I went to several practices,
yeah.
like at the joint, and he's out there like when he's coaching the linemen through the drills and shit like that, or linebackers and stuff. Like he's
He's
hitting
out there
them.
getting dirty.
He's not wearing pads or doing. Maybe he'll have one of those pads every now and then and be like knocking these guys, but like he was. This is how you do it. I remember like him getting pissed off and being like, "No, you don't do it like that." And he's like, because we're sitting down there like on the sideline, or basically like the track of the practice field, because they have 2 fields side by side, and we're sitting behind this rope or whatever the hell. And he's there and he gets all pissed off at some young guy in training camp, and he's like, "You don't do it like that, you do it like this." And he's literally like with one hand, he like grabs this 300-pound kid and he's like shoves him. Whoa! Like I was like, damn, this guy still has it. Got me
Yeah.
pumped up.
Hey, you know Mike Vrabel and Bill Belichick, they never shake hands.
Really?
Nah, I didn't know that, but it's a hell of a narrative to paint, because it's like he's a bad motherfucker. Like even Belichick's like, fuck that, I don't want to get near him.
Belichick's
I like your
is
version
big.
better.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, because he's beat Belichick. I bet you Belichick don't want to shake his hand. He's beat him in a lot of big spots.
Yeah, I was
You
gonna
know
say
what I
to touch up on that question again, or just go back and kind of wrap it up. Jimmy G's definitely the safer play. He been playing or had been playing him in Scott Fishbowl while I was still alive, and he was the only quarterback I had, and he's the only guy starting all season. He was just fine, So he's not gonna. He may have that one turnover or whatever, but he's also gonna, like you said, throw for 300 yards, be very efficient with his numbers. He's not gonna miss a lot of passes.
Maybe a little close to 300.
Yeah,
I mean,
he'll
close,
pass for
because
280 and
280,
1 or
290,
something.
270. That's where he's been hovering around. I love it. Shout out to Handsome Jimmy. You know what I
Handsome
mean?
Jimmy.
Yeah.
I showed him
But
to my wife. I was like, "This man's a beautiful man. Like it's like a consensus. Everybody believes that." She was like, "He doesn't really do anything for me." I was like, "Are you serious?" So I was like looking for good pictures, trying to like make Jimmy G look more handsome to my wife. If he do that or not.
Listen, man, he's
I had to find one of him in street clothes.
He has an award-winning smile, man. I'm telling you, that's why like he could fuck up so badly, and everyone's like, "Man, fucking Jimmy." Then he looks at them, he smiles like, he's a good kid. Come here, let me get a hug and rub it. You know, they're Italians. You know what I mean? They like to get in close and get some. It was a hell of a guy.
Is he Italian? I thought he was like.
If not, it's Garoppolo. Hey, forget about it. I mean, look, he's tan like an Italian. Hey, listen, you show me Gingers can't tan like that, bro. He's Italian.
That's definitely true. If you got some
He's
Irish
not
blood
Irish.
in you,
He's not British. You know what I'm saying?
I got some Irish blood. It's very hard for it to tan. The way I'd like
I'm
to.
saying though. I mean, because
but I tan.
yeah,
I lobster is what I call it. Get nice and red.
Hands out.
yeah. All right, well, shit. Checking this out. Let's get to the very first matchup. Thursday night thriller.
Ooh, it's gonna be a good one.
Well, it's set to be a thriller. It's the Chiefs Chargers 2021 Part 2. This is one of those ones that could come back and bite the other one in the ass, because this one could be for the division right here. You know what I mean? They're in LA.
I think the Chargers won the first one.
Yep. On the road, the Chargers won the first one. Went in to KC in the Arrowhead, smacked them up. You know what I mean? I think it's an over 50 point total. I don't have any of these numbers in front of me, but
it's like 52.
It's like 52. So they're expecting some points here. Shootout.
Find the game.
So this is what we're doing here. We're gonna go game by game, and we're just gonna break down how we feel about the fantasy pieces. Let's start with the Chiefs, because the Chiefs are worth the conversation here. Obviously, we're firing up Mahomes and Hill and Kelsey, right? And Clyde.
You have to, but I mean,
all must
haven't
start.
been
Worried.
They haven't been great for you lately.
How do y'all feel about that?
Well, I have a dynasty team that has Mahomes, Hill, Edwards-Helaire, and Kelsey. How I did that? Some very savvy trading, but I have all four of these guys, and I'm planning to play all four. And trust me, I was on a roll starting off the season, and then I dropped like 5 out of the last 6 games. I lost the last 2, and I backed into the playoffs with this awesome dynasty squad because the Chiefs have not been, I guess, like hitting their normal projections. Patrick Mahomes has been okay. My saving grace is
they've been winning as a team.
Yeah, my saving grace is that I've been playing Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who's out of nowhere been like, oh, okay, kind of evens out the fact that Travis Kelce is getting.
He's junior Aaron Jones right now. He's like gonna get like, you know, minimal touches, but he's scoring on them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? Kelsey, the last time they played, he was just they were just destroying him at the line every time. That was like they're like, I'm surprised people haven't really took that approach. After, you know, it's like a copycat league, because that was early on in the year. But, you know, they're like every time just hit Kelsey somehow, some way, just hit him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Him off the line and throw him off a little
exactly. Bit. Just however it is, even if like he's not involved in a play, just hit him.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, their offense there and Eric Bieniemy, they get pretty creative, I guess, when people try to start doing stuff like that, you know, but I agree with you. I wouldn't see why people wouldn't do that more. You know, that the offense basically runs through Kelsey. You know, it should in the most part, but lately it's kind of taken a back seat to the running game and the defense, which is
I think Kelsey
not your normal Chiefs kind of football. You know,
I think Kelsey does have a big game here, because I have the Chargers winning this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have it like 30-27 Chargers. I'm not gonna
without Chris
Chargers have been giving up the booty to the tight ends.
Yeah,
I mean, you look the entire season, and there are maybe like 5 teams that have given up less points to the tight ends than them.
Mm-hmm. I think Kelsey has a real.
More, not less. Yeah,
right. He's gonna have a real big game. Tyreek Hill. I mean, you know what's crazy? Last year was the outlier year. It was the only year on a per game basis he was averaging like, you know, damn near double-digit targets. Like that was last year, and that was the only year, because before that he was by definition a boomer bust guy. He's connected to Mahomes, so we viewed him different. You know what I mean? Like if you look at all his season finishes, they're always great, but on a per game basis, they're shitty. compared to last year was the only good year. And now he's back to regular Tyreek Hill shit. You know what I mean? Like, this is kind of what we've been used to with Tyreek Hill. And he has he's only had one season plagued by injury. So the rest, like, you know, I mean, it tells the story. Like, this is kind of what par for the course for Tyreek Hill. You know
and when it comes to Chargers giving up points to the wide receivers, there's only one team that has given up less points to the wide receivers than the Chargers. So they are just real tough.
Who's that? The Patriots?
Let me see.
Because that's interesting to know. I like knowing these little tidbits so I can carry them with me.
It
little trinkets.
is the Buffalo Bills.
There you go. But see, but that's skewed because there's no white. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, if we go, yeah.
No,
all that shit's gonna change. And as far as Chargers giving up points to the running back, we already know they're one of the worst. There's
the Bills also played the Patriots in that game where Mac Jones threw 3 passes, so that helps tremendously.
Definitely,
that's very true. They fucking had so that means their catch. But see, you could also flip it too, though. If he only had 3 passes, but he completed 2 of 3, that's like a
QBR,
fucking 95% completion rating that they gave up. So that could have even fucked them up, actually.
I was gonna say no, his completion percentage, his QBR was something like 4.5, which is shitty because he only threw 3 passes.
Oh yeah, that's definitely fair. Okay. So what were we saying, Huss?
So the Chargers, as far as giving up points to the running backs, there's only 4 teams that have given up more points to the running backs than the Chargers.
Can we guess?
Yeah.
Okay.
4 teams that have
hold on. All right, ready. Here we go.
Okay.
4 teams as of right now.
All right, show me the Raiders. Yes.
Ooh. Okay, hold on.
Go around the horn. Hold on. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm next. Show me. This should be easy. Show me the Texans. Oh wow!
Ooh, yeah, right. Hey, Lovey Smith. Lovey Smith.
I was so surprised by that.
Okay, JC Money.
Don't be looking at Google.
I'm not. I'm making graphics right now. What was the question?
His beard knows everything.
There's 4 teams that have given up more points to running backs than the Chargers. Bogey guessed the Raiders. There's 3 more teams. 3 teams that have given up more points to the running backs than the Chargers.
Say Seattle Seahawks. Bam!
I'm so surprised the Texans are not on.
Show me.
Chargers are 28th. Texans are 27th. They're right behind.
Okay.
Show me the JET Jets. Yes.
Okay. I got is that 3?
Get it, Peacock.
One more. There's one more.
Get it, Peacock.
Show me the Jaguars. Ah, damn it!
This is your division, man. You should have.
That's what I'm saying.
They're down there though. They're just not in the bottom 4. Okay. All right. How about this? No, JC, you got one?
Yeah. I want to say the Vikings.
Oh, it's a good
Okay. All right. For the win. Show me the Steelers. Ah!
It's an NFC team.
I got it. Oh shit! Never mind. Okay.
Do we say the Lions?
What?
Do we say the Lions?
Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
Nice.
We did it. Okay. All right. And as far as the Chargers side of the ball, if Keenan Allen looks like he's going to go, you're playing him, right? You know what I'm saying? You just don't think about that. Mike Williams.
What about Mike Williams?
There's a lot of people that don't want to play him. I'm going to play him.
I'm playing him too.
I'm playing him.
Look, he's been in my lineup almost every week. I've survived some bad weeks.
I'm playing with the good and the bad. Fuck it. I love Mike Williams. Shout out to Mike Williams. And I think he's a Sagittarius too. So he's good in my book. And then Austin Eckler, if he doesn't go, do we fool with any of the combination of Justin Jackson or Josh? Okay.
I'm too scared to do
Joshua.
You're talking about bringing Roundtree back up.
Unless he,
I'm telling you, you know why Roundtree doesn't get too much action? Because I feel like if anything severe happened to Austin Eckler, we don't want that. But if anything did,
because he has the word round and the word tree in his name.
Yes.
Trees just are stationary and round.
Well, it's the circle of life. Like the tree will come back after it drops the seed. It's a round circle, just like Larry Roundtree coming back up from the practice.
Now we're stretching.
So you guys aren't. You guys aren't at all worried about the Chiefs' defense, who's kind of been surging a little bit lately. I mean, they haven't really given up too many points to the wide receiver.
Completely worried. I played against. Check this out. I played against the guy who has the Chiefs defense last week. survived that because I played the Packers and they helped me out, kind of canceled that, right? So I needed to beat him to get in. We're rematching each other this week. That's just how the tables turn. The cookie
Let's
crumbles.
go.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I'm sure he's playing
you're back for more.
I'm sure he's playing the Chiefs again, but it's going to be a little tougher, I think, against
Chris Jones is out.
The
right?
Chargers. I don't think they're going to turn the ball over, and give up a defensive touchdown in the first play of the game like the Las Vegas Raiders did last week.
Yeah, listen. Raiders are definitely no Sharon Stone. You know what I mean? We saw that one coming. I remember during all throughout the week. I definitely we advised against Derek Carr, and you know what I'm saying, not only was the weather going to be like, you know, possibly an issue going into that game, but it was also like historically he's only had one good outing in his career, and that was last year. And I didn't think that was going to be a trend, but you know, one good outing in Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? And same thing with the Chargers when they go into Kansas City, but that was Philippe. You know what I'm saying? This is justified Herbert now. He went in there and spanked them. Right now, the Chiefs, they got a nice little hot streak going because they're playing as a complete team. They're not going to be with Chris Jones.
That's true.
And when you see with no Frank Clark early on in the year, Chris Jones couldn't do nothing. Then when they had Frank Clark, it's like, okay, now you had two guys that's just wrecking shop, right? Without the Chris Jones here, you know, this line can give him time, can give Herbert time, and when he has time in the pocket, he has an 80% completion rating. When he's not,
when Herbert has time in the pocket, he's a 4-tutty kind of game guy.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I mean, look at last week. You know what I'm saying? That's just a perfect example of a team that has no pass rush. This team does have. They're aggressive. It's Steve Spagnuolo. He's not gonna not try to get at Herbert. But I like the Chargers in this one. And if Eckler plays, you have to play him, but have the expectation that he could be limited. You know what I mean? So
Eckler didn't really have that good of a game versus the Chiefs last time. It was like the wide receivers got off a little bit. Herbert got off.
Yep.
Eckler he had like a mediocre game, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
I think Eckler's going to end up trending towards playing. It just depends on swelling, I guess, of that ankle. But I mean, if he's in, I'm playing him. I mean, I don't have him in the playoffs.
Definitely
I had him. I would play him.
What was crazy is the footage that I saw was like they were hella rapping. I saw this footage on Monday. They were like rapping the fuck out of his leg. And then I was like, yo, they're using hella tape. I'm like, yo, what happened? And then but then it was late in the game. So I use that so I can go to sleep at night. Like, man, it was late in the game. Maybe he didn't have to get back in there because they were smacking him. You know what I mean? Like they're just blowing them out. You know what I mean? But yeah, here we are. And
they use a ridiculous amount of tape on that.
And check this out real quick. I showed you guys the strap that we're gonna get for the show here. My man Brandon is putting it all together, and he's made some dope ass belts for like Impact and whole bunch of dope ones. And here's the updated one of what's going to be coming our way.
He's the Impact guy.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And so this is all like the smoking skull style belt. And it's going to be instead of that the cannabis leaf on front, there's going to be a bong there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, we're going to be rocking this.
That's
excited.
awesome.
You're the man, Brandon. You're the man.
Yeah, shout out to Brandon, bro. I want one of me, right? I want one of me and Toad, right? But I'm Luigi, but Toad, right? He's running from me because he's about to get got, bro. And he's not even, you know what I'm saying? Like it has to happen.
Yeah, I gotta do some graphics with Toad and some other little characters to go along with that little series that I started on my website. So
yes,
I like that Nintendo stuff.
Tell them about the website, Peacock.
I got a little shop opened up. It's called
Drop the
Neon.
link in the chat too, man.
It should be on the
bottom.
bottom.
Drop it on Hustler's channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that right now. That's why I'm on the computer. But it's called it's Neon Peacock. I'm sorry, neonpeacock.threadless.com, and I got a whole bunch of my designs up there. I pretty much put up about one a day. I try to at least something new that you could rock on a shirt, a mug, a throw pillow, blanket. You can buy an art print or something. I got stuff like in my background and things like this that I have up there just that goes up for sale. And
I want a shirt of Peacock like you, right? And but you got like the Peacock wing thing, you know, the little tail thing.
With my face on.
Yes.
I got a couple of. Go ahead and check it out though. There's a lot of cool stuff up there. I've been doing some designs on that. I probably have about 15 to 20 up there. And I just opened it up last week. So you can get all kinds of merch. Right now, I think t-shirts are on sale for $15. So free shipping on. I can even give you friends and family discount codes, guys, if you want to. Bogart, did you get a print? Has it gotten to your house yet? It should be on the way.
You
It's
know
gonna be there
what?
you know what? It says it's going to be there by the 20th.
Okay,
So you got 5
word.
days.
Yes, I'm excited.
But
We're
yeah, I'm
doing the
that.
big reveal.
You can go ahead and show that off. And put
I
it
hope
up in
it
the
was
background.
schmedium.
I think I might have thrown a large in there.
I'm just
to,
fucking around.
Give you some shrink room.
Yes.
But yeah, definitely go check that out. It's just something I'm doing here on the side. Hopefully it takes off. But later on, I'm going to go into the whole world of crypto and NFTs and doing some 3D modeling and sculpting. I've been doing a lot of research and stuff on my computer. So
we're going to be doing that shit too.
Yeah, I'm definitely headed that direction. So I know JC and I will probably talk about a lot of that stuff off air and off camera later on, like we usually do. But exciting times right now. So go ahead and check out that website. Lots more stuff coming
Lots
that
of
way.
things coming.
It's a wonderful time to be alive.
Yeah,
All right, so what game y'all want to hit next on the Sunday?
Don't we have a Saturday game?
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
So we
just
got
went
two.
through the whole bit.
We got 2 games on Saturday. Raiders at the Browns is the earlier game, and then you got Patriots at the Colts. That's the night game.
Okay, let's go straight to the Browns Raiders, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
on the Browns side, right?
Renfro. Oh, sorry.
The one,
Browns
yes,
side.
and
Sure.
Renfro's a smash play
Oh yeah.
no matter what, bro, because he's drawing the plays up for himself. So he's like, I swear to God, he has himself in all his fantasy lineups too. He's like, fuck that, I'm getting this shit, bro. Start me, and he's drawing up all the plays for real. Like he's like baby junior OC over there. You know what I mean?
Hunter Renfro is not, I guess, like Cole Beasley's younger brother. Then I don't know what the hell. Both of those guys run routes to get.
They run the zigzag discombobulated route. That's what that is.
Man, dude, that little 5-yard touchdown he had last week where he did that. He ran straight, zag left, and did like a complete 360, spun around and ran the other direction.
He started. I remember the play. He started off the line. He started, shook him, moved him
30 yards on that route.
Then he came inside, planted, and did, like you said, a complete 360, went back this direction, opened up to the quarterback, though, and then right into the corner.
He did a total of 30 yards of motions, right? Only to get a 5-yard reception.
But for a touchdown.
It was amazing for a tug. And, and you know what? Expect him to eat because the Browns are one of the worst against the slot receivers, bro. Like, and I think it's Troy Hill over there. And it's funny because Troy Hill was that guy.
We'll see who it is over there because I mean they have 14 players on the COVID list. The Browns do something ridiculous.
Yeah, this game's going to be super fluky, at least as of right now, because we don't know if anyone's going to actually come back and end up playing or not.
Is Chubb alive?
I'm scared for Nick Chubb.
Yeah, I think Chubb's playing.
The offensive line is COVIDed up too, man. It's kind of crazy. But as long as Baker Mayfield and Nick Chubb and a shitload of duct tape, maybe sprinkling a little bit of Donovan Peoples-Jones, how do we feel about him?
I thought that Baker Mayfield was positive.
Baker Mayfield is on it, so it's going to be Keenum.
I'm pretty sure he tested positive. Yeah, Case Keenum's the starter.
Keenum will be okay, though.
Oh, I might have missed that on the news today.
He might actually be.
That might have been when you were. That might have been
when I was in the
Matrix.
I'm in the Matrix a lot, bro.
Yeah, so this whole game is it's all fucked. Like we gotta wait and see who the hell's even gonna play.
Yep.
Nick Chubb, don't fail me against one of the fourth worst run defense, bro.
That's all you want. You want Chubb to play, you want Renfro to play it, and Jacobs to play. And other than that, I don't think that you're really playing anybody unless Waller miraculously plays.
You know what? I kind of like the case here. I like the case.
Yeah, that's
hey, JC Money, you're a Viking. You've seen this, right? You know the case comes through.
As a Texans fan, Case came through when he played in Houston.
Case Keenum. I like Case Keenum. I think he's actually pretty salvageable. Like he's probably one of the better backup quarterbacks in the NFL.
I agree.
Because he can.
I mean, the only thing that sucks is Stefanski's not going to be there, and that's Stefanski's dude.
He can fuck around and take a motherfucker to the title game as the backup. That's on his resume. But you know, but you know what though? He's not one of the best backups. You know who was the best? Nick Foles, Super Bowl MVP on his resume.
He's still a backup.
Crazy.
And it was the battle of the Jeff Fisher fuck ups.
How's
Matt
that guy
Anderson
backing up
championship.
in Chicago still? Is that
He's like the
Because
backup.
he's
backup.
strong. He's strong in the dark side of the force. That's why.
he's the backup's backup.
Yeah, he's the assistant to the assistant manager as of right now.
He's assist pimp.
Dude, he came in, I remember a couple of
He's
years
the guy
ago.
that
I
gets
think it
the
was like
coffee.
3 years ago, and he played against Deshaun Watson in like week 17, and the Texans would have had a bye if they won that game. They wouldn't have had to play the Chiefs like on the road if they had won that game. But Nick Foles comes out of nowhere and throws a Hail Mary touchdown pass out of his ass and gets caught in the back of the end zone with like 4 seconds left in that game, and they lose by 1. And I was like, damn you, Nick
White
Foles.
Jesus loves Nick Foles, bro.
Big dick Nick.
White Jesus blessed him with a big ass dick, right? White Jesus blessed him. Anywhere, if you look at Nick Foles' track record, bro, anywhere he goes, he gets the job. He was there sophomore year.
And a lot of money.
Sophomore year, Chip Kelly. He might have even been a rookie. No, he was a sophomore. Chip Kelly there, right? Nick Foles was drafted by Andy Reid the year before they fired him. They bring in Chip Kelly. They bring and then he's behind Michael Vick. Boom, White Jesus kills Michael Vick. And then Nick Foles takes him to the playoffs. Bro, in that year, he had a game against the Raiders, threw 7 touchdowns. Tied the
That's right.
Tied the record. Tied the Peyton Manning's done it. Tom Brady's never even done 7.
Look, I'll tell you. Look, Foles
White
went to.
Jesus loves Nick Foles. Listen, hold on.
Foles played high school football at Austin Westlake, and that's like quarterback country. I mean, Drew Brees played there. Like
Listen,
they're
it gets
slingers,
better.
gunslingers.
Here's the Nick Foles journey. Then he's like, where do I go now? And then Andy Reid's like, hey, I'm over here in the Chiefs. Come over here. He even gets a shot because then he kills Alex Smith. White Jesus, like, boom.
I don't even remember that.
Boom, hurts Alex Smith. That was one of the only years they didn't get in the playoffs with Andy Reid and Alex Smith, right? That was the only year they didn't get in the playoffs, right? And then what is it called? He goes to the Rams, right? He goes to the Rams, and with Jeff Fisher and Case Keenum and Jared Goff, they're all there. And then White Jesus is like, no, we're not having that. Trade him back to the Eagles. To put him on the path to his journey to them putting the goddamn statue outside of the motherfucking.
That's the craziest thing ever. That this man has a statue.
The man.
What a savage! What
he just praised the
his
White
legacy.
Jesus, bro.
His legacy is like, it's weird, but it's like it's probably
His
better than
legacy
Eli Manning. It's better than Eli Manning's. Yeah, and Eli Manning has another Super Bowl over him. But
Eli Manning didn't even know if he won those things. Did you see his face? He's like, did we win?
Yeah, somebody's gonna catch it off their helmet over there somewhere.
He caught that shit. He's like
Case Keenum, but yeah, Case Keenum and the Browns.
The same color as our team.
All because of Case Keenum. That's how we got to Nick Foles.
He's on the case. And shout out to Jeff Fisher. You don't know shit about Dick, bro. Or Dick about shit. Whatever it is, bro. You don't know. You had all them motherfuckers. Matter of fact, in that year, 2017, minus Jeff Fisher, here comes Sean McVay. All 3 of those quarterbacks had success. Jared Goff and Case and fucking Big
Nick
Dick
Foles.
swinging Nick.
How far Goff has fallen.
Yeah, and as far as the Raiders, no, I'm not starting Carr, but Renfro and Jacobs. That's it for me.
Yeah.
And then obviously Waller if he goes.
He ain't going.
He's not going.
Next game, please.
Next game.
And what was the other Saturday game?
What was the other?
The Saturday. Wasn't there another Saturday game? Is that the one you're going to?
Oh yeah. Patriots and Colts. Yep, that's it.
This will be a good one.
Is Damian Harris he's playing?
It's
So I mean, they're making it seem like he's going. Do they say he's been in the build? I mean, they said he's been practicing and rehabbing all throughout their off week, and that he was in the building on Monday getting in work. So, I mean, everything sounds promising as of right now.
And it's a
with
Saturday
him,
game too, so he's hella trending because this is like a Thursday, not a Wednesday.
I was gonna say, with him, you remember he injured the hamstring, he was out, then he came back in, broke off another long run, and then re-aggravated it, and then was
yeah.
So he was feeling good enough to come back in, which is cool. And then he pulled up, but when I noticed him pull, I pulled some hamstrings in my time. When he pulled up, he didn't pull up like, it's the end of the world, third degree hamstring pull, tear, or whatever, right? This is one of those things where, yeah, he had some time off, and he's been, in the building practicing, so it's something that could be manageable and that he'd probably play. If he goes, I'm starting him over Ramondre Stevenson for sure, because we could see what Harris can do. He could break one. You know what I mean? You saw that the last game that he played. So I have a lot of confidence in Harris if he's going forward. Catchers, not so much on New England side in this game.
Who's the wide receiver to play for
It's
New
always
England?
tough. Typically, it's Jacoby Myers and full PPR. And then with Kendrick Bourne saying like he doesn't care about fantasy, I'd probably never play him again. Because I
cannot open this bag of shrooms. I'm having hella trouble opening this shit on shrooms. It's a fucking zip. It's like a super airtight. My bad. I'm speaking. I'm thinking out loud. I'm actually saying this right now.
I fucking love it.
Yeah, it's the best.
It's fucking vacuum seal shit. Hey,
I was just thinking, like, you can't really play Patriots catch passers with a ton of confidence. Not because Mac Jones isn't good, but because if they can get it done on the ground, like I was saying with Harris and Stevenson, Annie, maybe even Bolden or whoever, however they decide to deploy stuff, they're running the ball with receivers on end arounds and tight ends like Jonnu Smith. They're gonna keep Mac Jones in a nice spot to be set up with his passes when he does pass. So like it'd be a fluke for one of those receivers to catch a touchdown, probably, if you're expecting that, putting them into your starting lineup.
So Jacob Johnson,
the running game's good.
He's been getting a lot of snaps, but I don't think he's been doing too much, has he?
Probably.
What?
I don't
They're
think so.
good.
I don't.
They're
heard
better.
much.
They're a reality team outside of the running backs. It's kind of hard to depend on anything fantasy wise.
Yep.
And I will throw in an honorable mention to Hunter Henry because but he's still a touchdown or bust guy. Also, at the same time, I think Jonnu might be the guy to have moving forward because he's the guy. Ever since he came back from the injury, they've been trying to do things with him,
manufacture some touches. Like I said, maybe some end arounds, a little shovel pass that looks like a handoff type of deal or whatever it may be. But
Jonnu did get a 33% target, in that past Monday night game. I mean, that's fucking huge.
That's elite level target market share.
33%, yo.
That's a third of the whole total passing game attack there in New England in that snowstorm blizzard or whatever it was.
And before that, so the two games before that,
was he the one who caught that a bit? It was like way over his head, and he reached up and he snagged that pass. It was like a play action, and Mac Jones had to throw it over a defensive end, and I think it was Jonnu who just made this sick catch for like 9 yards.
I cannot even remember. I just remember that there was only 2 receptions out of.
Dude, it was a play action, and they were right in Mac Jones' face, and he just like threw a golf chip shot, like a lob. And Jonnu was there, and it was like he had to do a Michael Jordan thing where his hand stretched halfway across the field to grab that.
Okay, now here's one thing that's crazy because I always thought it was like the craziest thing in the world that Tim Tebow won a game while only completing 2 passes. And now here we are in 2021, and Mac Jones does the same thing. Like, what is going on?
Here's the thing:
like
he only attempted 3, though. That's the thing, though. He only completed 2, but he only attempted 3 passes.
I think Tebow attempted like 40 passes in that game.
Exactly. So that's how horrible that is. Like, this is just actually a stroke of genius because Bill Belichick, he's a powerful sorcerer.
Dude, it was
awesome.
Awesome
bringing the snow.
One of those for Tebow was like a 45-yard like game-winning touchdown though.
Yeah, was that the Steelers game?
No. It was them against Kansas City Chiefs.
I swear, I ain't gonna lie to you. I swear to God, I can only remember 2 Tebow completions in my memory.
R.I.P. Demaryius Thomas.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Day.
Oh man, it wasn't me this past weekend crying in my garage while thinking about Demaryius Thomas at all. But yeah, I mean, I was being sarcastic there. That one kind of hit me a little bit.
Yeah,
I got
man,
to see him.
That hit me too because he was great in my early days of fantasy. Like it was just like, oh my God, I fucking love.
He was a strong force with Peyton. And then he got when we ran into wide receiver trouble here in Houston, and they traded for him mid-season. He made a huge difference here, so he was a great part of of the franchise here for a little bit in Houston, and I got to see him play in person as well, so that was cool. But
He's a big fucker.
Greatly, yeah, he's a huge dude. But like, not only that though, like the way his presence was super. He seemed like a very gentle, nice person. Just always on, on the good side of things. People always talked about his smile and the way he cared and did stuff. So yeah, R.I.P. DT, man. I mean, that one, like I said, that one hit me pretty hard. It was almost Kobe level, honestly. I mean, I know that the level of athletes isn't the same, but the way that it affected me, pretty sad to see a guy 33 years old,
that's
that
really
early.
what it is, man. It's just like, man, it's so sad. Dude was so young. And what's crazy is because football immortalizes motherfuckers in our memory, you know what I mean? And like he played for so long.
He was only 33 years old.
Exactly.
It freaked me out. He played forever. Like I remember being like fresh out of high school, and like it was like a couple years out of high school, and it was like his rookie year, and I was like, and all that stuff took off with the Broncos, and I remember I was working at a marketing firm writing content on the internet or whatever. And,
things.
Yeah, marketing things, and I just remember
marketing firm doing marketing things.
That's what I was doing.
What I heard.
That's what I was doing. But I mean, I remember him coming up and the whole rise all the way up to the Super Bowl, and that time there with him, and they had the Super Bowl against the Seahawks, and it was the first AKA Stoner Bowl. Which was awesome because they were the only two states that had legalized marijuana at the time. So I remember my boss came up with a T-shirt, and he bought a domain name for the website or whatever. But like, I tie all that back because I remember Demaryius Thomas, being on the squad and stuff. But football.
I remember you told me this shit before.
football and players and the impact they have on fans' lives. They don't have to be somebody from your team. It can just be a great football player who did good things on and off the field. So
yeah, it was the two legal states. They got together for a Super Bowl.
It was the stonerbowl.com was my boss's website domain. He made I'm not even gonna lie, he made like $25,000 off of selling T-shirts for that.
Damn.
I know, dude, super smart.
To the Stoner Bowl.
I got a free T-shirt, but
I would have took all that money and put it on the Seahawks.
Oh, dude, that was probably the worst Super Bowl I've ever watched. It was just so.
Hey, it's so bad when here's Peyton Manning. They're shaking everybody's hand, after the game. He's the only one wearing his helmet. He's like, man, fuck this shit. It's like, listen, everyone can still see you, bro. I don't want anyone to see me and how my face looks. I'm gonna wear this helmet. You have the biggest helmet on the field, bro. Anyways, I digress. Going back to the game. If you're in a pinch, right? It's not like Nyheim Hines. Do you think this is the game script for him? Because I want to go back to how you could attack New England's defense with they are bottom 5 in the league in giving up receptions to the pass catching running back, or even just the running back in general.
That may be the way to go because we also know that New England likes to take out your number one weapon, and that for the Colts is obviously Jonathan Taylor. Are you worried? Are you not going to start him? No, of course not. You're going to start Jonathan Taylor in the fantasy playoffs, right?
I think he's matchup proof.
I would temper expectations a little bit. I would say 100 yards and a touchdown, and that's a bad game from Jonathan Taylor, but that's still going to be good for your fantasy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, unless they fall behind.
I'll go out on a limb
really
here.
See it happening. They have a good
might
defense,
have.
the Colts.
I'm going to go out on a limb. He's going to have 150 all-purpose yards and about 4 or 5 receptions and 0 touchdowns because they're going to allow him to do all that, everything underneath.
Just not get in the end zone.
Yeah, and then it's going to be tough for the Michael Pittmans of the world. I remember on today's show we were getting a couple questions about Mike Pittman Jr. I'm not fooling with him.
Yeah,
they're not going to let him take the top off.
Fuck no. And then even if T.Y. Hilton, you're like, okay, we got a guy that can match your speed.
I feel like it's going to be, if they were going to do it, if the Colts are going to really move the ball, they're going to have to use Jack Doyle and Mo Alley Cox a lot, or Zach Pascal, or let the other guys show up. And they haven't really
the Randos
done that. That's the only way you're going to beat a team like the Patriots. The other guys need to step up and do it.
Nyheim Hines.
Nyheim Hines is that's what Bogard was saying. That's the way for them to do it if they're smart. If Frank Wright is smart, he's gonna utilize Nyheim Hines in the passing game. But at the same time, can you have him and Jonathan Taylor on the field at the same time and still be effective? Is it taking you completely out of your game plan? So it's a little tough to call.
This is gonna be an ugly fantasy game.
Yeah, now that we've gone over it, I feel that also.
Right?
These defenses are actually pretty good. Both
defenses are pretty fucking legit.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good point. That's a good point, my friend.
I have the Colts defense. I have the Colts defense, and I have the Packers defense that I was streaming last week. That I was like, oh, they're kind of on a roll. They're playing pretty well.
Because the Patriots don't take the top off it. Like, I mean, their plan is to fucking grind it with the D. Just do enough on offense to win. So, I mean, shit, we might see 21-24. We might see 21-18. Some shit.
And
like
Mac Jones is careful with the ball. He's not going to turn the ball over.
And Carson Wentz is not. Carson Wentz be like, hey, Patrick Mahomes, eat your heart out. Left-handed pick.
Dude,
he does shit like that. He's crazy.
That was crazy. Wow. I thank you for reminding me about that. That's awesome.
That one, we definitely went on a tangent on that one, though. I love it.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah, it
all
really
right.
was.
Now, we've gone through 3 games. Now we're going to hit the regular Sunday slate.
Yeah, we don't have to hit every game either because there's some.
Yeah, let's do some fantasy relevant games.
Like when it comes to let's just get some of the ugly ones out the way. Even though this might not seem ugly, this is an ugly one. Arizona and Detroit. Just fire up everyone on Arizona if you got them. Fuck it, just do what you got to do.
I would also.
Right?
What do you mean everyone? Because now Rondell Moore is included in everyone,
and not DeAndre Hopkins.
I'd say if you're looking for Rondell Moore, to me, actually, I'm not going to suggest him. AJ Green, Kirk.
I would look for Zach Ertz probably this week with Hopkins out as another big pass catcher.
I'm
option.
just saying, like they're angry. They're going to rack up some kind of points. And I think, like, without James Conner there, they're not just going to pound it in down there. They're going to get Kyler Murray going here. But, and on the,
I was going to say on the other side of the ball, I feel a lot of confidence in Aquanemius St. Brown. That guy. I know that.
Amon-Ra.
Amon-Ra. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. Because
the Sun God St. Brown.
Exactly himself, the Sun God Amon-Ra. He I think over the last 3 weeks he's just been that guy. And the
target machine.
Detroit is down. They're going to be down. Goff's going to have to throw it with Swift not there, soaking up so many targets out of the backfield. He has to throw it short to this because Goff can't throw the ball downfield.
Hockenson he's not going to play, huh?
He's trending.
He didn't practice today. That's right. We covered that.
Yeah, he's trending in the wrong direction as of now.
Yeah,
exactly.
So I think we're done with that game.
I would play St. Brown on the Lions offense, and that's probably it.
Yeah, I agree.
That new cat, that little running back, I kind of like
Craig Reynolds.
I'm scared.
Jamal Williams is back. Jamal Williams is going to be back. Is he actually?
We haven't heard him get activated off COVID yet.
Then Craig from Friday Reynolds, bruh. I'm telling you, he will hit a motherfucker with a brick. Like this. Listen, I like this kid. He's fun for DFS purposes.
Yeah. I feel you there. Okay. What's another game we got? Let's talk about Philadelphia and Washington. That's a 12 o'clock game. Jalen Hurts.
Devontae Smith.
I was gonna say Jalen Hurts is splitting reps with Gardner Minshew this week.
I love the Ginsu. I hope the Ginsu starts.
He's probably on your waiver wire if he does. So that's somebody to look at if you have Hurts.
I'm saying for Super Draft Pro especially, bro. Listen, the Ginsu slices and dices, and he also makes Julian fries.
You've been rocking with Taylor Heineke, you know what I mean? And he was a little banged up last week. I think that, Ginsu could be somebody you could probably look at just to add speculatively onto your bench just before news breaks. That way you don't have to go rushing to the waiver wire.
Or just keep him away from the Jalen Hurts guy. If you're playing the person that has Jalen Hurts, go ahead
they did that to me last week.
Gardner Minshew and hold him for ransom.
They did it to me 2 weeks ago. The guy picked up Minshew, put him on the bench. I didn't get to play him, and I had to play. Guess who I played? Mac Jones in a blizzard. Who threw 3 passes.
Oh man!
Oopsies!
Did it cost you a dance trip?
No, I'm in the playoffs.
Oh, there you go.
It's okay. I won last week.
Then that means, see, you know what's funny? When I do fucked up shit to my own shit, because only me fucks me up. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. I don't let nobody else listen, shout out to you, JC Money, but he's like, hey, Jay Dillon. I'm like, no, we're not doing that. Like,
Hey.
and I kept hearing it in my head because I was like worried about Monty or AJ Dillon. I'm like, they play the same game. I might be able to make a swap here. And like, I keep hearing, I'm like, no, we're not doing that. I'm sticking to my guns. Only I fuck up me. You know what I
All
mean?
right, so I'm gonna say a name and you tell me if you're gonna start him. Antonio Gibson.
Of course.
Okay. Terry McLaurin, I think, is hurt.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
and I
Still
don't
hurt
think
as
he's
of
playing.
now.
So
The
would
Eagles
you
are
pl-
the
They're-
Eagles
they're
are
making-
bad against. Go ahead.
so would you
They're
play?
making it sound like he's gonna play. It's like we're hearing the same chatter about him that we did as Mike Glennon last week from the concussion stuff. Like early, they're making it sound real promising.
And then he probably doesn't play, or maybe he does.
No, but he's saying the Mike Glennon thing because Mike Glennon actually did trend in his
He did
and
play.
played. But
Yeah. It was early in the week that they were talking about how they think he's going to clear concussion protocol in time, and the
Listen.
same thing happened with Scary Terry.
they're going full Rocky. Where they're like, how many fingers am I holding up? And they slap his leg 3 times.
Yeah, so I was gonna say if
Three.
Minshew plays, it's better for Goddard, and I probably still. I mean, geez, if you have Devonta Smith,
Did y'all remember that Minshew game? When Minshew started, I remember I said, I'm worried about Devontae Smith, but this is a system that favors a tight end, and Minshew's going to go straight to his safety blanket. And Goddard had a big game, so I totally agree with you here. But I also still think if Jalen Hurts plays, we're not going to see the rushing Jalen Hurts.
he might throw it.
Same way we're not going to
Because
see
he has
the-
a high ankle sprain.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm
so
wondering,
what-
like,
Quick,
we're going
quick
to see
question.
how
Asking
good
for,
this guy
asking
is
for a friend in the
actually as a
playoffs.
passer.
Asking for a friend in the playoffs. Would you play at this point today with what we know? And let's say it's Sunday, or Sunday morning. Would you play Jalen Hurts? Let's say he's going to play, but he has a high ankle sprain, or Taysom Hill versus
Taysom.
Tampa Bay.
Taysom Hill.
All right. Then Taysom Hill is still in my he's in my starting lineup at the moment, obviously, because of the news. But
And you know what's funny is that's what we need too. We need confirmation bias sometimes because like you know what's crazy, Peacock. You're one of those guys. For me, I'll bounce something off you. Listen, so and so or so and so, and you'll be like so and so. I'm like, right, I already had him in there. Like you just need
You just
sometimes
need to
you need
make
that
sure.
confirmation bias because
Exactly.
also to prevent us from tinkering.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's
'Cause
locked in,
tinkering
right?
is the path to the dark side.
I'll tell you one thing that is always the funniest to me is when people will send me a DM and they'll be like so excited to like ask me a question. I say the opposite of like what they're trying to say or what they want me to say.
They're trying to answer their question for you. Like, hey man, I got so and so and so and so. I'm going with so and so because I love him this week, and blah blah blah. And you're like, nah, bro, I'm going with
We're going
the
this
other
way.
guy.
Yeah.
And then they
Because
got, oh,
then-
well, even though this and even though this and even though this and
because they're searching for the confirmation bias. I respect that though, because they just, but really they can just be honest. Like, hey man, how about this? That's why this when Miles says asking for a friend, because that's our inside joke for the longest.
Yeah.
Because we need a confirmation bias. Like, tell me I'm not crazy, bro. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like,
exactly. I was gonna say, okay,
You know what I
Miles Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
he's confident that he's gonna play.
bro, he was breaking bricks with his leg. That's not factual, but yes, you fire him up. And Washington's another one. Big Rona's just like, listen,
Ricky Seals
shout out to all-
Jones.
shout out to all the people. And you know what's crazy is like, okay, Ricky Seals Jones or John Bates, right? And here's what's
Oh,
fucked
yeah,
up.
Bates.
Is
Forgot about
they
Bates.
came out and said they love John Bates because I'm trying to figure out for Super Draft Pro because and Hustler will tell you the Eagles are one of the worst against the tight end position. There's money here. We can get money here. I just don't know which one to pick. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I mean, if Ricky Seals Jones is active and playing, I would probably lean that direction. But I did see Bates.
He only played 50% of the snaps last week, but I accredited that to him just coming fresh off injury.
the injury,
But
right?
At the
Yeah.
same time, I'm
I
like,
did
wait a
see-
second now.
I did see Bates get like a lot of action as soon as Logan Thomas went out. So, Keenan or at the flex, I would probably. Oh shit, I'd probably go Deontay Johnson.
Yeah,
He's
you
just
gotta,
been
you
too
gotta
good
rock
lately.
with Deontay Johnson, man.
He's been too good lately.
I'm going Keenan.
He has a better
it's
quarterback
and
play.
or?
Yeah, no, it's
Not
just
or.
It's just or. It's just
Oh man.
one or the other.
Yeah,
but-
there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Keenan. I'm gonna go Keenan Allen.
yeah, if you want to play safe,
What
but
was
I
his
like
name?
Deontay's.
Protein shake. What's his name? Vrabel. He's like Belichick. They're gonna be like, take away Deontay Johnson. That's their best passing option. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And they're already
could be
solid
true.
against the tight end. They'll probably let Najee Harris like do a lot of work underneath and then tighten up on his ass.
I need
Pause.
that.
Yeah, like that's another one of those guys. Najee
Well,
Harris.
let's talk about this game. It's
Let's go to
Pittsburgh
that
versus Tennessee. Pittsburgh versus Tennessee. We're already talking about Najee on one side of the ball, like you say.
And I
like
will
him.
say Keenan Allen wins too. I like that.
And Keenan Allen for sure. We
Keenan-
talked about Mike Williams and said we're starting Mike Williams and Austin Eckler earlier and Justin Herbert because we kind of touched on this game. But on the other side, Big Ben has been kind of okay, streamable. I don't know if he's still good in this game.
He's the best streaming. Him and Taysom Hill are like key streamers right now.
Yeah, solid. I mean,
But,
Najee always,
okay, how about this?
Najee
All right,
always play him.
Let me ask you this.
Pat Freiermuth, you play.
Yeah, I mean, the tight end landscape is so bad that you just play him. You know what I mean? When he's not getting a ton of reception, he's scoring a touchdown. If he's not scoring a touchdown, he gets
What
a
about the
reception.
other receiving options in Pittsburgh? I guess that's the real question, other than Freiermuth and Deontay Johnson.
Oh, yeah,
Claypool.
Claypool. Yeah, Deadpool. These days, right?
Claypool fucking makes me so nervous. Like,
Nah, man, I'm playing him. He's gonna miss a series or two. He's not gonna start the game. That's how they punish him. But he's gonna be the rest of the game.
For celebrating with 30 seconds left on the clock after a first down.
Dude,
30 seconds into the game, he's like, "What?
I told you." After he catches a pass for 5 yards.
Right. Like, listen, bro, is that how they do it in Canada? Because that's where you're from. Mapletron.
All right. Well, I guess we've exhausted. I guess we exhausted that game. What's another big one that we haven't talked about? Packers and Baltimore in the afternoon slate.
Okay, I was just gonna say too. If you have Lamar Jackson, I'm probably in a single QB. I'm probably streaming Big Ben Rapist Burger. I'm probably doing something like that.
Osborne or Gallup? I would go Osborne. He's the two there at the moment, unless Thielen somehow makes it onto the field.
I'm going Osborne also.
I'll go Osborne. You know what?
I'm going
gonna go
Osborne.
the other way.
Because Gallup would be the number 3 receiver. Pollard's coming back this week as well, most likely.
They're playing the Giants, man. A bunch of 2s and 3s just ate on them with what's his name with Herbert, and like the way that was Zeke all beat up and shit like that. They're gonna shred them. I like Gallup.
Osborne, I'm staying in the fire with Osborne. He's been, let's see, his last 3 games in a half-point PPR, 15-12. He got shut out against San Francisco, but that was before the Thielen injury. So his last 2 games with Adam Thielen gone double-digit fantasy points. I like it. He's playing 92 and 86% of the snaps over the last 2 weeks with 7 and 9 targets. The catch percentage is low though. It's 3 and 4, but one of those is a bomb, most likely for a touchdown. So Gallup's a great player. I do like it. I just don't know if they're going to need to throw it that much. Maybe they don't. Maybe they just said, Zeke, hey, you had another week. This is a kind of get right game. Let's see what you got, But that was supposed to be last week. So I don't know. He looked pretty banged up. They brought in some third string running back who took away touches from him. So you may be right there, Bogart. Maybe they just light him up and throw it all over them.
Parsons is about to start getting snaps at RB.
Yeah.
Right, Bogey?
Yeah.
There you go.
No, that's the real thing. Peacock.
Dalton Schultz shit the bed last week, so he might get a lot of targets this week. I mean,
we see this is where I argue that because Dalton Schultz becomes immediately relevant when one of the 3 trio of receivers is dead.
Is down.
You know what I mean? Once one of them is dead, and you look at all the games that Schultz blew up this year, because it's like it's only like less than a handful. There's always one of the 3 amigos was missing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think there's only been like 2 games this entire season where all 3 of the wide receivers in that core have played together or something like that. So it's pretty amazing that one of them is always, or at least one of them is always banged up or out of the lineup. Which is probably why Dak hasn't been like this, super top tier fantasy quarterback this year. That and the fact that the defense has been playing a lot better.
Yeah, he hasn't had to be. Defense is actually they're holding people down. That's why I don't think they're going to be that. They're not going to have to do that much on offense to win this game this week.
What other marquee games do we got here?
We know that the Vikings defense.
Let's
is
go,
so Osborne's
Here, wait,
gonna be
before we
interesting.
hear,
Oh,
how
we
about
got
we
a question here.
decide on a game real quick, and then we'll get this question. And Niner MMA says, "Sup, fellas? Sorry, I asked this question a few times, but I can't decide. Guyton, Cole Beasley, Jacoby Myers, and Gabriel Davis."
Did y'all hear that beeping sound?
Yeah.
Who?
Okay, just want to make sure I'm not losing my mind on mushrooms. Okay, go ahead. Yes, Guyan or who?
So it's
Guyton,
Guyton,
Beasley.
Cole Beasley, Jacoby Myers, Gabriel Davis.
It's only one.
Only one.
I'm probably
I probably wouldn't go
Gabe Davis here, bro.
Yeah, I probably
going
wouldn't go
Gabe
Guyton. Emmanuel Sanders is out. Gabe Davis
Actually,
is good.
I forgot Guyton's playing the Chiefs too. That's kind of interesting, but you really need the one big one because that's what he is.
Yeah.
Cole Beasley is probably your safer play, but if you're gonna look into that game, I would rather go touchdown upside with Gabe Davis.
Gabe
you know?
Davis has had
Okay.
what, 2 touchdowns the last 2 games?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
also
And that's
the
because one of
snaps.
those was in a blizzard, and like terrible weather where you couldn't even throw the ball. So
But it's also the snaps. It's that he's been playing.
I just picked up Gabe Davis and I
it's-
dropped Emmanuel Sanders like earlier
Yeah,
today.
and Manny Sanders is hurt too. So like, you know what I mean? And like, I think he's going to be more statuesque if he
Yeah,
can't run.
look, last week with Emmanuel Sanders missing time, his snap percentage went from
Good
the
plan.
40s,
Okay.
the 30s and 40s, all the way up to 83%.
How
So
about
Gabe
this?
Davis on the field, his targets from 3 to 4 doubled to 8. So
And
I think Gabe
Stephon Gilmore is going to be
Beyond
going to be
Diggs.
going up against Diggs. Yes, tough matchup.
Yeah.
Gabriel Davis probably going to get an uptick in a couple targets.
But here's another thing too.
point.
Here's the caveat. Here's the caveat I want to point out for the case if we're gonna make for Cole Beasley is that pass rush is pretty aggressive over there with Carolina.
So quick
And
point.
when you look at the game they played against, like Cole Beasley's been quiet for a while. He kind of woke up last week. Am I remembering that wrong? Did he show up on a stat sheet? Right?
Not really.
Because not really. Okay, I just do know that when I was watching that game in that fourth quarter, he made a couple key catches because that pass rush was coming. When that went and but they do blitz at a high rate. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm not sure about the blitz rate for Carolina, but that's usually when Cole Beasley comes into effect. You know what I mean?
And you know what? He did all right last week, 9 for 64.
See,
so
there
you
it
know,
is. I knew it.
Yeah,
See,
he
that's what
he
I'm saying.
did. That's
He's
a
the
blow-up
hot
game
read.
for him right now.
But let's be honest.
He's
here.
Renfro, bro. He's
Carolina's
Renfro.
pass rush is not like the Buccaneers pass rush. That's what I'm saying now.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think the offensive line is decent enough. I think they're going to be able to give time. They're going to be able to give time to Allen in the pocket because we're going to see him more as a pocket passer this week. It's got to be. If he's running with his foot, then that means he's okay. Because as far as I'm concerned right now, I think we're going to see him throwing the ball more so than trying to take off. You know what I mean? And if you're looking for the upside play, it's definitely Davis.
Yeah, that's right.
Beasley's a safe floor though, because the blitz
Exactly.
rate, like I
He's a
said, I
little
wish I
safer.
knew the blitz rate of Carolina off the top of my head because I like to know these things because this is how you look, this is how you treat a slot receiver. You know what I mean? Like last week, we were telling people, I was like, yeah, rock with Cole Beasley. He's a floor guy because that blitz rate's coming. You know what I mean? And I'm mad because I don't listen to my own self. It's super draft pro sometimes, bro. I should have had all Cole Beasleys and Hunter Renfros and all the motherfuckers, bro. I had goddamn CeeDee Lambs and Mike Williams because they allow you to just pick whoever you want. I'm like, I'm gonna pick all them motherfuckers.
Yeah, I've done that too, where I'm like, let me do a full superstar lineup, and then like it doesn't hit. I'm like, what the
It
fuck?
don't like, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
But I've also done the other ones where it's like, okay, all super high
all
multipliers,
crazy.
and then that one doesn't hit sometimes either. So it's like it has to be a little mix.
I
You
call
have to
those
pick
the
right
Bogard lineups. I go full. That was the week. Last week was the week to go full Bogard lineup.
It
This
happens.
is the week I think is to go chalk. Like,
And so
this is
before we switch off of this, so who we picking for Niner? I mean, I picked Gabe Davis.
Yeah, I
I'm
went
with
with
you.
Gabe.
I'm
went
going
with
with
Gabe there.
Gabe Davis.
the
the
angel of
upside.
death. The
But I would
angel
look-
Gabriel Davis.
I would look to both of the Buffalo receivers there, and then just figure out what you need. Do you need a safe floor, or do you need like a bigger upside to win? And then that safer guy would be Beasley, and then the higher upside guy I think would be Davis, just based on the way the A dot and how they run their routes and whatnot.
Yeah, fact.
All right, and we got Cam throwing in a super chat here. Good looking, bro. I got you down for the extra entry into the signed Darius Leonard jersey giveaway. Said in what order would you play these three? Devonta Smith, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Gabe Davis. Also pick one this week out of Sony Michel or Rashad Penny. So shit. I mean, I guess in this order, I'd be going Smith, Amon-Ra, and Gabe Davis, the exact way that you have it. Because Amon-Ra, I mean, he's been getting a lot more passes lately.
Smith depends to me on who's playing quarterback this week. Right now, they're splitting reps between Minshew and Hurts, like we talked about.
Isn't
I think
there something going on with Quez Watkins too? Isn't he dead?
He's on COVID.
There you go. He's dead temporarily.
So that may actually
I'm not
help.
trying to be insensitive when I say dead. We're talking fantasy wise. He's
dead.
dead.
That may actually finally help Devonta.
So I do like the order. I like Smith first. I think Smith is a solid play this week. Fuck Washington secondary. They give up a ton of booty to the receivers. Like I don't think it changes whatever quarterback it is. Right. So I like that order.
Plays, to be honest, they're probably
I do
they can all find the end zone. I think Gabe Davis and Devonta Smith.
And I'm going Sony. I'm going Sony if there's no Henderson still.
Oh man,
we don't have no Henderson is a 10-week thing. I'm a 10-day thing, right? That's how it works.
Damn,
he's probably not going to play this game.
Okay, well, that's good to know. He's been on my eye
because that was Monday. Remember that?
And who do the Rams go up against?
No, that was Saturday. They go up against Seattle and JC Money. That's where he put points on the board earlier when he said, "Show me Seattle." Ding.
Yeah.
There we go. Seattle is giving up the second most points to the RBs right now.
I want everybody to be careful with Rashad Penny this week. You need to have a dead player for me to play Rashad Penny.
Well, here's what it comes down to. We've seen people get hurt, especially in a week like this. And I swear it's happened to me with Seattle running backs. Like we can go back to Thomas Rawls and shit. Yeah. We can go back some years.
Royce?
Yeah, they've I don't know what it is. But I'm really trying to avoid him. I got to have
Chris Carson.
Curses, man. Curses are real, bro.
If his name ain't Chris Carson, I wouldn't play a Seattle running back.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Rest in peace to the Muscle Mountain, man. Chris Carson, man. Fond memories of you in regular season.
Shit.
And playoffs.
Hopefully his neck's all right.
Yeah, he'd be all right. We'll never see him again, though. But yeah, I'm going Penn. I'm going Penn. I'm going Michelle there with no Henderson.
Hits
because on the flips,
Goddard.
Oh yeah, I'm going God.
This is from Rob B on Patreon. Yeah, Pitts, Goddard, or Schultz. Yeah, I'm going.
Who does Atlanta play? Pitts is probably an okay play, but I would still rather go Goddard, especially if Minshew's.
Well, they play the Niners. They play the Niners. We've been fairly good against the tight end position, but then when you're talking tight end, you know what I'm saying, especially someone like Pitts, like we're gonna treat him like a receiver. We're gonna put best coverage on him. That's how I feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really hope it's Gardner Minshew because then Goddard and Smith are going to get like hyper targeted the entire game.
Yeah, I
because the Ginsu slices and dices. He even makes Julienne fries.
I like the Goddard play. They signed him to a contract extension. You finally got to see that huge target share with Minshew. I think also though if it's if it's Hurts who comes in and plays anyway, like we said, he might not be as mobile as he usually is, and he'll probably hit that quick hit wide pop right up the seam to the tight end a lot.
Let's see. And Will, he said Osborne or Beasley. And PPR. He said PPR.
Beasley. Give me Beasley. In a full PPR, Osborne's going to catch 3 of 9 targets.
You know what? I'm going to go with the Bees here. I'm going to go on PPR here.
Yeah. Full PPR, Beasley's catching.
I'm assuming
6
this
of
is
9,
the third receiver or flex too.
Yeah. Most likely.
Yeah.
Beasley safer in a full PPR for sure.
Because the Chicago game, it's in Chicago. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
It is. No, they're playing.
Yeah, it is in Chicago.
Yeah, it's going to be ugly weather there apparently.
Yeah, Minnesota's at Chicago.
Yeah, it might be a ugly game. I like the running backs. So
Carolina is in Buffalo.
That's on Saturday? or Sunday?
Monday.
Monday
Oh,
is the
Let's see.
The
I'll check.
Chicago game.
that's
Yeah,
the
Monday.
Vikings Chicago is Monday.
Monday.
Monday night, yeah. So even then, yeah, you play Beasley first and just watch Osborne. If he scores a touchdown on Monday night, there's nothing you can do about it. So, and that's the only way he gives you those hella points. I think he'll catch like 3 passes for 50 yards, 60 yards.
This is the type of question where both of them
He'll be
are
all right.
good.
Monday, it's gonna be.
Both of them are a good play. Okay, so then I will lean Osborne because, but also you got to look at what you got to look at what you're looking for. Are you looking for a big boom play,
Big
like
boom touchdown, or are you looking for the safe
are you
PPR
looking,
floor?
Exactly. Just give me some points.
Which is Beasley's not going to goose you. You know, I don't think Osborne will either, but chances are higher for him to do that.
Yeah, that's
Beasley's just safer. We already. I mean, if Josh Allen's not going to be too mobile, you already know they're going to get the ball to Beasley a lot in those short, little. I mean, tosses in the flat or whatever, you know, where it's just like barely forward. It's pretty much a run, but
1.2 PPR points.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
That's like me when I play flag football, and then they miss my flag, and all of a sudden it's a touchdown. Yeah, because I do not go out for deep passes. I mean, shit, I'm old.
B-Dub said pick 2, Corduroy, CEH, Jamar Chase.
Well, Corduroy, oh shit, that's really good. I'll probably go Corduroy and Chase, but it also like it because you threw in you threw in a running back in there. So that kind of threw me for a loop, but I guess you could play Corduroy in your running back spot. Just depends on what you're doing. But I guess I would, if you want to rank them, Corduroy's the shit. He was my fantasy MVP at the midway point of the season. CEH has been being used a lot, so he's going to get some guaranteed touches. But Jamar Chase and Burrow just have this connection, and you know all you need is one. All you need is one, and he's going to be looking for Chase. So I like Corduroy and Chase.
I'm going to rank them the same way. Corduroy, Chase, and CEH.
I agree.
Yeah, even though CEH has been coming on pretty strong lately, it's he's still been splitting time with Darrell Williams, which is crazy.
And
so
Cam
just
said
running the ball now.
And Cam said, "Desperate times, hell yeah, bro! I know how it goes." Smith should be good this week though. And Tino said, "Penny is hungry and Carson is dead." Yeah, I mean, Penny should be hungry. He hasn't done shit for the last 3 years. Or however
I was about to say it's been 3 years.
NFL.
But yeah, you know, he looked pretty good for a period. Was it last year? And then he got hurt. So that's the thing. Like,
I don't even think he played last year. I think it was the year before.
Maybe it was the year before, right? When he's coming on and then like, oh, he got a chance. And then boom, he's hurt. And he literally was like breaking away on a long run when the injury happened or some shit. I was like, geez, this guy can't catch a break. So
can't buy a bucket.
He got dropped on that. Carson got dropped on that stack of dimes he calls a neck of his.
Yeah, dude.
Kick him in the solar plex. Drop him on that stack of dimes he calls a neck of his.
Here's a game that nobody cares about. Houston at Jacksonville. I'm only playing Brandon Cooks on the Houston side unless I'm desperate in a 2 QB league and I need to start somebody. Then it's Trevor Lawrence on the other side of the football. I'm not even starting him in 2 QB leagues. Honestly, he's been garbage. The best game that he did come in week 1 versus the Texans this year. So that's something to kind of keep your eye on, I guess. But other than that, I don't know what's up with James Robinson. If he plays, I'm playing him, I guess. But that's tough for me. And I don't like any of the other pass catchers in Jacksonville either. So I think I covered it. Oh, Brevin Jordan, though, if you're really, looking for tight end help, and there's nothing, but I'm pretty sure you could find somebody. But Brevin Jordan's been on the uptick the last couple of weeks. The Texans have decided to look to the future. What's his face? Pharaoh Brown is the pass blocking tight end now, and Jordan Akins is an afterthought. He's been healthy scratches for the last couple of games. So I would look to pick up Brevin Jordan in dynasties if you haven't done that so already, or if people didn't draft him earlier in the year during startups, but he's been playing well. And Nico Collins has been emerging on the other side of the field. I think he was like 6 for 64 last week, and he had some really good catches. The guy's 6'4", huge, big-bodied receiver. So that's the one guy on the other side of the ball. Davis Mills, I think, is the only rookie who's thrown for more than 3 or 4 300-yard games already, and only 7 starts. So he's going to air it out there. So if you're desperate, those other two pass catchers on the Houston side of the ball are speculative ads. I wouldn't play them in the playoffs, but in Dynasty, you could probably get away with it. Trust me, I saw people playing Brevin Jordan and Nico Collins against me last week, and I was like, what the hell? And they had like 24 points.
That always happens to me, bro. That might be the Bogard residue that's on you. Like,
well, I told clock management, I was like, hey,
matchup.
pick up Brevin Jordan and play him, and he picked up Pharaoh Brown, and he gave him a goose egg, and I was like, why'd you do that? He's like, he's playing more snaps. I was like, he's the blocking tight end. I had a 10-minute conversation with him.
You know what's funny is that's why paying attention to snap counts is so important, because tight ends, like for example, when if I went 2 weeks ago, we'll take you back into the time machine, the mushroom time machine, right? I was like, everyone start fucking Foster Moreau, but then it's like, man, what happened? And I had to look at it. I'm like, oh shit, he played all the snaps. Oh, he was blocking. You know what I mean? Like that's when you see the numbers, and then you watch the film, or quote unquote film. You just watch the recap. So I'm like, oh, he was blocking. Well, I watched the condensed version too.
I gotta get the all 22.
Listen, I used to pay for that shit, bro, when it was like $200. Now it's hella cheap compared to before. It was $200 for a year.
They had it for free for a good
month or two at the beginning of it. You used to be able to just keep making emails, and now they make you put a credit card in there because like we're putting an end to that. We're putting an end to that, Bogard.
Motherfuckers.
I was like, listen, because the all 22 is awesome.
Yeah, it's great. I like watching the Thursday night games on Prime because they give you the stats. Like you hit the little circle on your Amazon Fire Stick or whatever the hell, and it gives you all the stats and the breakdowns and the replays and alternative commentators or whatever, so you don't have to listen to the normal crew. So it's pretty cool. I like stuff like that. I like to be all, into it instead of like having to search on my phone. Like, oh, okay, how's this guy's stats? Like they're already just up there on the side for you the whole time.
Hey, when I'm doing my Sunday thing, right, and you know what I'm saying, I'll just be like, shit, damn it, Siri. I mean, fucking, who's stats in this game? Whatever the name is. Javonte Williams stats in this game. Javonte Williams has blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yes. I hate it when it's like I'm looking at my line. I'm like, I'm looking at my opponent's line. I'm like, Nico Collins. And Nico Collins, like, fuck, what the fuck? Siri. Nico Collins stats in this game. Nico Collins has 100. We're like, what?
Yeah, I was gonna say last week I think he was like 6 for 64, which is and he was only targeted like 8 times, which isn't bad. Surprising.
Future.
Yeah, he could be the future. If the bad thing is if Mills keeps playing well, they're not gonna replace him.
Hey, real quick, I know we kind of glossed over it earlier, but like the Ravens game. Are we fooling with anyone on the Ravens outside of like Mark Andrews and maybe a Devontae Freeman for people who just keep riding that train?
I feel like Rashad Bateman's going to get hyper targeted. He did last week.
He might be the guy.
Thank you. See, I think I'm searching for the wrong confirmation bias here. I'm like,
I was going to try to bring it up too. Yeah,
I'm hoping he's so dangerous to throw in the lineup though.
He is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was going to say I'm hoping that he plays well and everything like that, but I didn't make any waiver claims.
The game script should be there though. They have to throw the ball.
I want it. If it's not Lamar Jackson, I might consider it. But like it's like Lamar Jackson just spreads it around too much or whatever. Like I don't know what it is. But you look when Huntley goes in, he hyper targets Andrews, he hyper targets Bateman.
Nice.
You know, this might actually go back to like when Bateman was hurt, and it'd probably be him throwing him the ball when they're working Bateman back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was Huntley like in practice. Like
I think I was going to say,
where's those beats coming from? Am I tripping?
No, it
sounds like a big train or something.
Yeah, that's not my house.
Oh, okay.
Because I live right behind there's
I got a train that goes by the house from Canada.
I got one too, but they're usually not that.
I have been known to be called a mushroom locomotive myself.
I was going to say the only game that we didn't talk about, probably for good reason, was Miami versus the Jets.
Okay, you know what? Listen, how about this? Michael Carter.
Yeah, he's going to be activated off the IR. Or he has been already.
You're in the dance. You have Michael Carter. Are you firing him up?
I'm scared.
As a flex?
No.
I mean, if he's
No,
back
right?
and he's the guy, you have to wait and see a week to see what they do in the backfield.
But see, there is no next week. This is do or die, my friend.
I
You know what I
know,
mean? This
that's
is week
why.
15. This is
I don't
And
want to.
you already know, just they're going down to Miami. They're going down to Miami. They're
the
gonna
South
be
Florida
partying.
flu?
They're gonna be getting fucked up, and it's gonna show up on the field that way.
Gonna look like
Hella hoes.
they're gonna look like Varsity Blues when they went to the strip club.
Exactly. I mean, look what happened when Lamar Jackson went down there and the Ravens did. They got the shit beat out of him on Thursday night.
He was like, I'm home. I'm home, bitches.
I would play Devontae Parker out of this game, and that's the only person.
I'd play Gesicki.
No,
also.
Waddle.
Oh, I
Waddle
Gesicki,
too,
that's
though.
right.
Waddle
Yeah,
and Gesicki.
Waddle.
Waddle. I
sure.
don't
I
see-
said
don't have Gesicki or Waddle. Sickle cell. I don't have.
Gesickle.
I don't have. Yeah, I guess I would play some Miami folks because it's the Jets, right?
Yeah, and they don't have any kind of run game, so the short passing games are gonna be how they're gonna run the ball.
Duke Johnson. No, I'm just joking. Don't play
Ooh,
Duke Johnson.
my man, Duke of Earl Johnson, Duke of Earl sandwich.
Dude, I was gonna say the Earl of Sandwich.
That was my early days of when he was with the Browns. I was like, yes, the Duke of Earl sandwich, Johnson.
Let's see. Did we miss a game? I feel like there has to be one game we didn't.
Who's
talk
the night
about.
game on Sunday?
That's the Bucks and the Saints.
Yeah, we didn't
Okay,
really talk about that. But
All right.
you're gonna start all your Bucks, right?
we're gonna start everyone, right? But I want
Your
to know
Saints
this.
are just starting Taysom and Kamara.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, there's no one else.
Yeah, I don't know who's catching the ball out there because Taysom
Nobody.
has that mallet. Taysom has that mallet finger. I think,
Yeah.
I
I
think
think
the way
Joanna
I
Man
think
caught
the
a
way
pass here, or somebody catches a pass there.
the way the Saints are gonna try to play this game, it makes me worried about the fantasy output I need for like Tom Brady and everybody, because I feel like they're gonna like slowly
Grind it.
try to run the ball. And if you look at the Bucks the past month, they haven't been the greatest run defense. People have been kind of running on them. I mean, look at
Yeah.
Josh Allen.
John-
He's a quarterback. but he
Taylor
put
had like, I
100
don't know
on
how
him.
many touchdowns against them.
Like it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like they could be like a Taysom, Alvin Kamara show for the first half before like Brady and them, unlock how to crack it off on them, because Brady outside of the playoff game against them last year, he's lost to them. You know what I mean? He played well for fantasy purposes that last game this year, the first game this year, I should say. But in Brady's
the regular
history,
season Saints always beat Tom Brady.
yeah.
That's what it is. The regular season Saints always beat Tom Brady. But I mean, it's the second game
This time
here
it's
towards the end of the
Taysom
season.
around. This time it's Taysom. This time around, no, you know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
true.
And he got the mallet finger. I love how
Hey, here, let's get this.
Yeah.
This question in for Mr. For MJ Jr. 23. Said he's only got a couple minutes left on lunch.
Sure.
So we got
Oh.
pick 2 out of Eckler, Monty, Fournette, James Conner. Have Andrews and Gronk, and then pick my second RB and one tight end and a flex.
Monty and Fournette for me.
So that's the 2 running backs. I
Two
agree
RBs,
with that.
and then somebody in your flex, right? One. What is it?
One of
Tight
those,
end.
and
Or
then
one tight end
Andrews
to
or
flex.
Andrews or Gronk. I think
I
I'm
would
going.
flex Gronk. I would flex Gronk. I
Well,
would
so
flex
which
Gronk.
one are you
Andrews
putting in
and
the?
Gronk.
So you're playing Andrews and Gronk. You're saying?
Oh, I see. Hold on. Okay.
Because so he said pick one tight end, so one of those, and then everyone else is an option for the one flex.
I like flexing the 2 tight ends. That's hella gangster, but like
I always do
don't-
that, dude. I'm doing it this week in the playoffs too. I'm going Ertz and Knox. I don't care.
But it's also just because like Gronk is basically like with no AB, he's been like a focal point too. You know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah, he's been killer, and him and Brady.
And like
have that
Marshawn
connection.
Lattimore historically will shut down Mike Evans. I mean, there's a couple spots. I hope that's not true because I have a lot.
I really
of
don't
Mike
like
Evans.
Monty. I'm worried about Eckler's injury.
I like
just a
Monty
tad.
against that weak ass Vikings defense, man.
Oh yeah, they're playing the Vikings.
Hendrick
Yeah.
is back, though.
I'm still going Connor in the flex though.
Okay, there it
Nice.
is. Connor in the flex. I agree with that but that's just bar. You know why I'm counting him out? It's the Lions. I don't
I was
think
gonna say if you go Gronk, I don't
think
like
it'll
to
be
like.
Connor, sit, bro.
I was gonna say sometimes if you go 2 guys from one team, you're limiting your upside for points as well. So it just
not
depends.
unless you think it's a smack on that side of the ball.
Yeah, unless it's a smack. And then one guy's through the ground and the other guy's through the air. So.
Oh, and who are you talking about? Fournette and Gronk on
Fournette
that?
and Gronk. Yeah.
Listen, man, Gronk
This is a tough one.
Gronk will never leave the field because he's
I love the Gronk play. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm gonna lock in Gronk.
I'm gonna go Gronk. Like, there's too many variables for the Mark Andrews because like I almost want it to be the backup and not Lamar. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna say
I like Fournette too, though. Honestly,
like,
the Saints defense is good, but I like Fournette because he's been getting some play in the passing game.
Yes,
he's turned into like Tom Brady's James White, I guess, but he can also run. He can also pound the rock at the goal line. So I like Fournette for that. But he's turned back into playoff Lenny because it's it's just what's going on right now. So I really like Fournette. I really like Gronk, and then I think you're in good position to just pick somebody else from there and smash this week. I mean, those are good plays. It just follow the news. I mean, if you like Monty over Eckler or over Connor, I mean, then that's your prerogative, right? But I don't think that's a bad job there. I think you can go Gronk, and possibly go for. I love Fournette there. So if you don't want to hedge yourself, you could just tilt and go with Andrews and Fournette, and then pick your other running back. But it just depends on how you feel about having two guys on one team starting for your fantasy roster, and then how you feel or what the news is about. I think Eckler is always a great play. You should just always play him, but we got to see what's up with his ankle.
We live and die with Eckler. If he plays, you play him, and we hope that he's not like. And this is the game script too, and it's the game they have to get up for. Like he's gonna die out there for us.
Herbert, Herbert's the best quarterback out of the group there.
QB,
but Cousins has been great.
Cousins.
Herbert.
Herbert.
Yeah, I like Herbert. I have reservations about Hurts because of the injury. Cousins is great if you didn't have any other options, really.
My man justified Herbert.
Yeah, he's been solid. I think we talked about it before, where he could be like if he has time in the pocket, and with the Chiefs' defensive line missing one of their key players in Jones, he could stand back there and toss 3 to 4 TDs.
Do we know if Rashawn Slater, star left tackle, am I saying that right? Or guard? Yeah, I'm on shrooms.
I don't know what
is he out for this
he
game?
plays in the line.
I heard he was like
Rashawn? Yeah, he's out.
Later.
He's out. Okay. Well, at least with the absence of Chris Jones, that kind of counteracts. You know what I mean?
Oh, I get you.
You get what I'm saying? Because I'm looking for like how like they can disrupt him, because we need Herbert to have time in the pocket, because that's when he's like an 80% completion rating, bro. He's just shredding.
Yeah, he's out with an illness.
Oh, it's illness. He was pretty ill with it all year, though.
Straight ill.
Yeah.
Illness.
Right? That's like almost like the coolest tag to be hit with. Like he's missing the game, but he's illness tag. It's fucking ill with it, bro. I'm from the 90s. He's illin'. Okay. I think that's. Did we cover everything as far as games wise?
I mean, I think so.
Yeah.
We covered.
If there's any other questions, let's just rock some questions and just rock with it for because I'm still good to rock. You know what I mean? Yeah, because we're nice and snug. Like around, we still got we're like an hour and 20.
Yeah, hour and 30 in.
Yeah.
And so Mr. JR23, he said wide receivers Renfro, Lockett, Waddle, Pittman, and Mooney, and he said pick 2.
Ooh. Waddle, Renfro. I like safeness.
Yeah. Damn, I want to say Lockett and Renfro so bad here.
I mean,
I'm going
Lockett and Renfro.
Lockett tore it up last week. Not gonna lie,
and he's been getting the targets. He's been getting the targets like crazy.
Russ is back, right?
Quote unquote,
right?
Sure. Yeah,
that's probably the Niner in me. That's the Niner in me.
Bro, that's why I lost all those games in the Dynasty League, bro, because I had Russell Wilson like out with that mallet finger forever. And he came back, and then I win the last game of the damn regular season, and I blow up. I moved from the 101 to the 102.
The locker room victory.
Yeah, dude, but I lost the number 1 pick with that win.
Ah!
Damn it. I went to the 102, but that's fine. I don't want the pressure of the 101 anyway. Like this draft class this upcoming year is like, who am I going to take?
Don't worry. I'll send you a trade offer for that.
You'll send me a trade and give me Darrell Henderson back. I think Playmakers is When Cam Akers is healthy for you.
I'll give you everyone I got. Fuck it.
Fucking savage.
That was the trade that set my dynasty team in motion to be
It
one of the
was
worst.
all me.
So MJ Junior 23, he said so it was this QB one, but he said it's a super flex league. So Herbert, Hurts, and Cousins were picking 2.
Herbert and
Oh,
Cousins.
shit.
No, I don't
Herbert
want
and
Cousins. It's Monday night. Oof.
Oh.
No.
Yeah,
Look,
think
if Hurts is playing, then I would go
primetime
Herbert Hurts.
Kirk.
Dude, Monday
You know
night
what?
prime time, Kirk.
Yeah, if Hurts is playing, then you play Hurts. How about that? And if Hurts is hurt, then you have no choice.
I love Kirk Cousins, though. I feel like
He's been great.
He has a bad primetime rep, but there is 3 good games I could reference.
I got him in a dynasty
killed
league.
it.
He hasn't moved from my starting spot. He's
One
just been
was the
there all-
game against the playoffs, in the playoffs with the Saints, because that was considered a primetime game in the East Coast time, right? And then there was another one with the Redskins, Thanksgiving 2016 against the Cowboys. He went for 404. You know what I mean? That was primetime. He lost. You know what I'm saying? But we don't give a fuck about that in
I
fantasy.
mean, dude, they're playing Chicago.
Chicago's getting shredded.
Yeah, dude. If it wasn't
They
for
get shredded by everybody. I'm more so worried about the slow drag out game. You know what I'm saying? And but man, like Roquan Smith being hurt, all these guys are hurt. Like that's another reason I worry about Kirk Cousins a little bit. But you have to go Cousins. He's one of the best QB2s to have in Superflex. He has QB1 finishes as your QB2.
yeah, exactly. Like I said in this
I'd play him
dynasty
over
league,
Ertz.
I've had him in my super flex, like just sitting at the bottom. Haven't had to pull him out except for the bye week.
Yeah.
I'm rolling with Cousins. I mean, for that particular question.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. And Emil said, Hustler, what's your outlook on Miles Sanders this week? I mean, I'm not super excited about Miles Sanders in general, but I know that they're going up against Washington, who has like all their defenders that are out on the COVID reserve list. So, I mean, Miles Sanders is trending in the right direction for sure.
Yeah, especially because Washington was their defense was coming on and playing well. And then with all those guys out, I mean,
What you got to worry
almost a
about for
walk in the
Miles
park.
Sanders? The only thing you got to worry about for Miles, lock him in for 15 total touches at minimum. I'm saying it, right? The one thing you got to worry about is if they're going to take him out on money downs for the other running backs, because that's what they do over there.
Jordan Howard or Boston Scott or
They
whatever.
run everybody
No,
over there.
back, yeah. What you really got to worry about is him fumbling the damn ball. That's
That's
what
a
you really got to
fact.
worry about.
Yeah, what are you
That or him dropping
First half.
touchdowns.
Oh yeah.
He was notorious for that last year.
So we're not expecting Waller to play, correct?
No.
No.
And Higbee is just a nightmare. Why is he always projected so many points? I just need to
Because
get this
he's
guy off my
connected.
roster.
Because they're not real over there. Whoever is fucking like writing the projections, bro, like it's so funny.
Bro,
'cause it's
he's
like,
82% rostered. His arrow's pointing up. He's projected for like 12 points in this league. It's like he never hits that. Never.
It's like
Look,
they're not, because
0,
you know why they're
9,
not going to.
1, 11, 10. Oh, I
Yeah.
guess he had a couple of games.
He's
The tight end premium league.
He's pure touchdown or bust.
Ah, jeez. Higbee. Well, wasn't this guy on and off the COVID list as well?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if he's
Eligible
been
to play.
activated back.
Yeah, it says he's eligible to play this week. Not that anybody's playing him, I don't think.
Who they playing? They playing the Seahawks too. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. If Higbee plays, he's the super draft pro play.
Oh yeah.
The tight ends eat against Seattle. Seattle is
Especially
phenomenal
that-
against receivers this year.
We talked about it
In
on
the
the
past
Sunday
10
morning
weeks
show.
now.
I told
Yeah.
Justin, Brevin, Jordan, and first drive.
Remember
of the game,
that? I
Davis
texted you
Mills
as soon as he
rolls
did
out.
it.
I know,
As soon as he
wide
got
open in
touchdown,
the
I
back
said,
of the
"You
end zone. I
called
was like,
him on the
there he
show."
is. Second week in a row.
Because I did the same thing. I broke down. I was like, Seattle. I forget the start sit question had nothing to do with the tight end. It
was just
about
straight up
Brandon
like-
Cooks. It was about Brandon
we're talking
Cooks.
about Brandon. Yeah, we were talking about Brandon Cooks.
It's about
'Cause I have
Brandon
Brandon
Cooks.
Cooks.
And I was like, nah, I'm not fucking with Brandon Cooks. They're not, and he didn't do nothing.
What? Brandon Cooks had 14 fantasy points and a half-point PPR last week. Yeah, Davis Mills came out and like 18
Yeah, you're right. I don't
fantasy
pay
points.
attention. I don't pay attention to them. That's
Dude,
my fault.
Brandon Cooks, 8 of 11, 101 yards. I'm telling you, Davis
Damn,
Mills.
that's good.
Davis Mills slings it, bro. He comes out here and he's like, Brandon Cooks
He's
is
the
open.
judge, bro. Let's get it on. Judge Davis Mills.
He
I
did
mean,
all right last week.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're losing in shit, but I mean they're close games until halfway through the third
He's
quarter,
awesome
and
for
then
fantasy.
they suck, and then he throws it more in the fourth quarter. So it's
Who they
great. Yeah,
playing
exactly.
again?
It's great for fantasy.
We're playing the Jags. Oh shit!
It's gonna be a good game. Like
You know
I'm
what?
starting
Brandon
Cooks
I
in my
think-
lineups.
I think Houston is smart, and they're gonna be like, we're not giving up this first round, this first overall pick.
Yeah, because
You
they
know
knew
what I
they're gonna
mean?
win this next game.
That's why actually, even with that said, this is why I'm okay with people starting James Robinson this week. I think this is a game the Jags actually win handily
Yeah, they could.
because I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, because the
No, I don't think
organization
Houston's
is
fighting
smart
for.
too, though.
They're not fighting for wins or anything like that. I think they're going to play competitively for 3.5 quarters and then try
Yeah,
to
they'll be
blow
like,
it.
make sure we don't win this game.
That's what they've been doing. If you really watch these games,
Mhm.
it's like that's what they.
So you're telling me they could have beat the Patriots, right? Because they were whooping their ass.
Dude, I
They
don't know.
were
Tell
about
me
whooping
the
their
there's
ass and like, you know what? Time to lose.
Dude, it was a tie ball game the halfway
It
through the
was
third quarter
fucking
with Seattle last
insane.
week, and then they just let Tyler Lockett score like a 60-yard. They let Tyler Lockett score like a 60-yard bomb, and then they let Rashad Penny like break
like,
loose
we
for
will
another
allow
40-yarder. Yeah.
They're that good that they can control whether they want to win or lose. That's what's funny to me when people go, "Oh, they're tanking." I go, "So you mean they're so good that like they could be like it's tank mode, right?" Or if
It's
they
tank
wanted to
time.
win, they'd be like, "Time to win." And they're that good.
People don't realize that it's just hard to win in the NFL every single week.
For
So if your team isn't good or as good as other teams, eventually it's a long
Tank,
game.
you
Eventually they're
can
going to break
tank
down.
though.
You
You can tank in the NFL. You know how you do
Yeah,
it?
it's
You
called-
be like,
It's
Gardner
called signing
Minshew,
Nathan
sit
Peterman.
down.
It's called
We're gonna throw
Nathan
in Mike
Peterman, get in here.
Glennon. We're gonna throw in Jake Lieutenant Dan. Remember
That's why these
Jake
guys have
Luton?
jobs still. That's why these
Remember
guys still have
Jake
jobs.
Luton?
Clipboard. Who's Clipboard Jesus?
That was
Chip-
that was Oregon,
Chip-
wasn't it?
No. The other guy with what's his last name? Something with a CH. Oh Jesus. I'll remember
I
when we
remember
get there.
Clipboard Jesus, though he had the beard.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's
is
his
that
last
Chad?
name?
Is that Chad? No,
No,
it
I'm
wasn't
gonna
Chad.
have to Google this bitch now.
Yeah, I need to know this now. The shrooms are telling me I need to
I
know
got you.
Clipboard Jesus. Clipboard Jeebus.
Clipboard. Jesus. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesse. What? Come on, autocorrect. Charlie Whitehurst. There we go.
There it is.
I was like CH. I knew it was
The
something.
Bills.
I thought
He
it was
was
his-
the
thought it was his
Bills.
last name.
He was the guy who was ahead when they drafted EJ Manuel. Remember him? To the Bills.
He's worth
Do I
$8
have that
million
right?
for holding a clipboard. $8 million is his net
I'd
worth.
be all right with that.
Yep.
I don't have to worry about CTE.
What? His
And you
girlfriend
have
Julie.
a hell of a nickname, Clipboard Jeebus. Fred.
Is this guy dating Jewel? Is that what this headline is trying to tell me?
Hey, Jewel was kind of bad back in the days.
But this guy's young, isn't he? Oh no, he was
He's
born
like
in
30
'82.
some.
No, he's 39. Okay, I guess he is dating Jewel. Weird. All right, you learn something new every day. Charlie Whitehurst, Clipboard Jesus, dates Jewel, 39 years old.
Clipboard Jesus.
That guy is 39 years old. Is he still on a roster? Nah, he can't be, right? He's got to be done. I just know that he was with the Colts for a good amount of time. He was he Manning's backup? No, that was too long ago. I mean, he's 40, so he could be. Did we go over all of the matchups? I think we got them all. We talked about Monday night.
Damn, TJ. Broke
Talked
3
about the
ribs.
Jets. Who? Hawkinson?
TJ, our buddy TJ.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Hawkinson. Sorry about that, TJ, but my mind went to other things.
He slipped on the ice.
Oof. All right. Joe Harris says that he's starting Amari at his wide receiver 2. Who would you start at tight end? Schultz, Seals Jones, Ingram, or Everett? Ugh.
Not Ingram.
Yeah, Ingram has never done anything. The last time I saw Everett play, he kicked an interception, or he kicked a pass into an interception.
That's always fun.
Yeah, I think he's targeted like 5 times, and he had like 7 yards, or I don't even know what the hell the stat. It was horrible, and I played him that week, and I immediately dropped him and never playing him again. So,
And no one should ever start Ingram.
Yeah,
ever.
It's definitely between Schultz and Seals Jones, but you're already starting Cooper. So I personally sometimes I don't like to hedge there, and I think Bogart touched on it earlier. If all 3 wide receivers for the Cowboys are starting, Schultz kind of takes a super big backseat. So we know that Washington likes to throw or scheme or have a plan for the tight end. We just don't know if it's going to be Seals Jones or Bates.
Schultz could go 1 for a tug.
He could.
Because that is, I mean, they are kind of ass in the past 4 weeks against tight end position. The Giants are
one for one.
Yeah, but we're not banking on that. This is the dance. Win or go home.
Out of all these guys, I would go. It's between Schultz and Seals Jones, and I'd probably lean Seals Jones if you're going to start Cooper. That's just me.
I'm going to go Seals Jones because of the matchup. And then it diversifies you too. And right. I feel like Seals Jones is more so of a guy like he's gonna get more reception, he's gonna get more looks.
Yeah, let's say McLaurin doesn't play. Also,
Seals Jones is a guy because fucking John Bates is a real thing.
Yeah, but let's say McLaurin doesn't play though. Then you have Cam Sims and who?
Now we're talking here because really we just want the tight end.
Yami Brown.
We just want. There you go. We're not fooling with any of them outside of McLaurin.
Yeah, Cam Sims had that crazy, awesome catch in the corner of the end zone last week. But other than that, Heineke didn't have he played a horrible game. That's probably the worst game I've seen him play in the last 6 weeks.
And
then he has a bum. He has a bum knee.
Last week his multiplier was 9.5. No,
that's all I was going to say. It doesn't go that high. It's like
he scored 1 touchdown and everybody won.
9 touchdowns right there.
I probably could have said like 3 or something and be like, "Word."
I believe
I'm
that.
Sure, his multiplier was pretty high though.
It was 9, I tell you.
I like your version better.
Yes.
Damn. No wonder I didn't win any money. No way.
I know I had a bad Sunday on Super Draft Pro, but we're gonna bounce back this week. I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah.
I want $1, I think, or $2. Sorry, so it's not bad. It's something.
And MJ Junior 23 said my lunch is over, but can't turn y'all off. Too funny. I like it.
Hey man, because we don't get turned off neither, bro. I'm on, bro. I'm like a light switch, bro.
We go.
Enlightening your fantasy. Oh, I did want to talk to you guys about Jakeem Grant.
I asked that question earlier.
Oh, they did?
I did earlier on the last show.
Yeah, he sure did.
Super chatted that bitch.
Yeah. You know what? Here's my thoughts on Jakeem Grant. I'm gonna stay consistent. Is that, man, he's just awesome. But he's a wee little man, right?
Also, the returns, though, like the returns and stuff like that. If those count in the league,
so yeah, I definitely have a league.
He can get the ball in the end zone. Here's what's crazy about him: he don't fair catch shit, bro.
Doesn't matter how deep he is.
Let's fucking go. Like,
shit,
I'm running this
balls the fucking walls.
He may be a wee man, but his balls are like.
He been doing that shit since Miami, bro. He used to do that shit with Miami.
I had him rostered when he was in Miami, and then he had that. He had like an ACL injury or a knee injury of some sort or something like that. I remember.
He died over there somehow. But I remember before he died, bro. There was a game. He had a game. Listen, you know the game he had against Green Bay. He's had one of those games, bro, with Miami where I can't remember who they were playing. I'm usually good at this, but anyways, he ran one back. He also took a slant to the house. He went crazy. It was 2017. I remember he had a game. He had like
I have a league with return yards, and it was like I pick up
game.
Yeah, do I pick up Jakeem Grant because of the return yards or whatever? Or it was like Ray McLeod, and I was looking at both of them, and I was like, man, this motherfucker Ray McLeod returns punts and kickoffs. So
return yards. Don't fool with him. Jakeem Grant is where you want to go.
Like Grant or Treadwell. I was thinking Treadwell. Yeah. I got 2 spots, and I'm just gonna pick them both up and just hope for.
Now you just listen. Treadwell's the play though. If you're gonna play someone in fantasy though, Treadwell.
I don't know, man. Look, if you're looking at return yards, here's Ray McLeod. The last 2 games, right? 7 returns total, 5 returns total.
So you're telling me a lot of people score on the Steelers.
Yes. So he has a lot of chances to return a lot of kicks. and if the defense shows up, then he's returning punts as well. So he's doing both. He's doing the job on both of those ends. So if you look at this,
Ray McLeod definitely gets. He has a steady target market share. It was probably like less than 10%. But he still got it, nevertheless, on offense. Versus Jakeem Grant.
Well, this last week he was on the field for 85% of the snaps on offense, and he went 6 of 8.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, but he only had 32 yards. But still, like he was playing that Juju.
That's like Cole Beasley, eat your heart out.
Yeah, he was playing that Juju Smith-Schuster, role in this offense.
Annoying as fuck. I'm saying that's annoying as in like. If you're like trying, because no wonder Deontay Johnson ain't getting the cheap PPRs because they before Juju got hurt, even Deontay Johnson was moving in and out of the slot. This is why you're telling me,
Ray McLeod,
Ray.
Which is why I picked him up. I was like, this guy's playing on offense now, and then he's returning everything. So if I have a receiver that's down for that, all of my receivers get COVID this week, he's going into my lineup.
What was the original question now, though? We went on a mad tangent.
Yeah, we went on a big tangent.
Ray McLeod.
Well, Jakeem Grant. I was like, what do y'all think about Jakeem Grant?
What was the question from Brad?
Because JC said, return yards. And I was like, well, these guys are returners. So I was like, let me bring up some other returners.
We're not chasing the Jakeem Grant shit, though.
No.
This is week 15.
We're 2 weeks in a row, though, he's done that. 2 weeks in a row, he's had a
listen, I said this on the show earlier. You're searching far and wide for your new Jamal Agnew, aren't you?
Yep.
I had Jamal Agnew, dude, in this league.
Oh, my God, I love that.
I was plugging him in. Everybody's like, why are you playing him? They're like, why are you playing him? He's not doing shit on offense. And I was like, look at his return yards. And then they'd look and they're like, how the hell did he get 15 fantasy points for you? He didn't even catch a pass.
Using him as a receiver.
And
then he started balling like he was better than everyone.
Before he died, he was balling.
He became Percy Harvin.
I'm so mad that he died.
He's like the Percy Harvin of the offense.
Rest in peace, Agnew.
Oh, my God. I was crying.
Me too, man.
You mean to tell me Jakeem Grant is new Jamal Agnew?
New Agnew.
I only got to play Agnew one game.
New Agnew. I love it because when you super chatted that question on FNT earlier, I died for real, laughing for real. I was like, I figured it out. Like I was trying to do like my Bogard analyst thing, like, all right, well, I'm trying to break things down. And I'm like, oh shit, hold on. He's searching for Jamal Agnew.
What the fuck? This guy has Waddle on his team. When did he get all these players? What?
He's a hell of a manager.
Dude, because it's the same guy that I played last week, and I was like, I didn't see that he had Waddle on his lineup on his roster last year.
Waddle's awesome.
No, but Gina, you know why you probably didn't scroll down and see me on the bench? They were on the bye.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I probably didn't scroll down. That's true. Nah, but this guy had the most fab too, so he picked up Penny. I hope he plays it.
I think Penny's a trap, man, and I'm okay with being wrong about it.
Dude, so this guy played Dalvin Cook against me last week.
I'm just gonna go with what I know. He's a trap.
This guy played Dalvin Cook against me last week, and his whole team went off, basically, except for his wide receivers, and that's my saving grace because I had counteracted his his Dalvin Cook with Najee and Aaron Jones.
By the grace of the fantasy gods, I beat a Dalvin Cook team last week as well.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Just
How
start
did
off the
I
week
do that?
And then not like tinkered the fuck out of my lineup away to hell. That took a lot of me because I'm like, damn, I'm down fucking 30.
Oh, I survived
Javonte.
Javonte Williams in that lineup as well, and Matt Stafford. And he came back, dude. He needed 31 fantasy points from Stafford, and Stafford gave him 27, and I won by like 3.5 points.
Shout out to 15 point for every passing yard leagues. So you know what I mean? Because in that he would have been done on that one, right?
Dude, no,
like,
no kidding.
I love it though, because this is what adds different strategy. Like we play in so much of a diversified leagues that like you could actually break down different quarterbacks according to whether like a 15 point. I took a lot of Josh Allen over Kyler Murray this year in 15 passing yard point motherfuckers.
They're pretty close for me. I got them. Oh, I didn't play any of those 15 yard.
I had Kyler Murray as my number one though in regular formats, right?
Man, if he had not been hurt for that
in those 15 yard for a point passing joints, I was all about Josh Allen this year because I figured like he was gonna throw for 5,000. Where is Josh Allen at right now?
As far as passing yards?
Passing yards.
I have him on a couple of teams. I can probably look that up for you. Where do I have him? This one right here. Josh Allen, a day's work is the name of the team.
I love it.
Just joshing you.
Oh God.
I know they're horrible.
It gets even better. With that.
That's awesome.
Where does he get
Derek up in the building? What up, Derek?
What up?
Does he give me his yards for the season compiled?
And David P throwing in the super chat and getting you the extra entry, bro, into the Darius Leonard jersey giveaway.
Let's get to it.
Oh, that one didn't do it.
Yeah, he doesn't even have a question in here. He's just
you're doing a joint in there. I love it, man. Shout out to him. Man. Give an extra entry on Bogard.
Let's see. What about this one? Kittle or Andrews, or play both and sit Patterson?
Oh,
that makes it tough.
no, I wouldn't sit. I wouldn't play both because Patterson.
I'm playing Patterson and Kittle.
Yeah,
same.
That's probably the way I would do it. Right now, Josh Allen has 3,524 passing yards.
Yeah, he is not going to go for 5,000. Wow.
And 531 rushing yards.
He'll probably get to like 450 if he can just not die on us for the rest of the way. You know,
he has 81.5% of the Bills' total 4,978 yards on offense.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's Russell Wilson status.
Oh,
that was That's Russell Wilson like 17, 18, 16, 17, 18. That's Russell Wilson.
Jalen Hurts status.
Man, Hurts with a running. It's ridiculous. It's the reason I have.
Well, shit,
I got 8 wins.
Doing anything. That's why he's been.
I love Hurts.
It was just him being the whole.
Him dying, Hurts possibly dying on everyone right now. That makes me a lot of mad because he was one of those ones that I used to take a lot of victory laps on because that was one of the most divided the fantasy community was. You either like was with Hurts or you're like fuck him to hell.
My brother-in-law's a Cowboys fan. He's always like, "Why do you have Hurts?" and blah blah blah. And he's like, "Brady, have the GOAT and all this stuff." And I was like, "Look, bro, they're 1 and 2 in fantasy. What the fuck does it matter?"
For real.
One does it with his legs, the other guy does it with his arms. Stop being a hater.
Player haters ball.
And then enter Taysom Hill where he has no arms to throw the ball.
Yo, congrats, Derek, on that win with the recommendation from JC. Was that a win on Super Draft or was that a win?
Probably Super Draft. Oh
yeah, man! Shout out to Derek and shout out to JC Money Design.
Winning is always fun. I love waking up.
We're just here for y'all. We're here for y'all. We're gonna give you anything. We're gonna give you whatever suggestions we have. And then you can tinker with your lineups from there. We're just going to give you.
I love waking up and checking Super Draft or getting the email. It's like, you won cash on Super Draft. I was like, oh, badass. Let me see what I did. It's the best.
Yeah. It's funny too. I love those things too, because half the time I'll be like, damn, what did I do?
I don't remember.
I'm like, oh shit. Hell yeah. I get to relive it. I'm like, oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Winning is fun.
Yeah, Derek. All he did after getting my lineup suggestion from JC Money, winning. There we go.
That's how we do it.
We winning, we grinning.
And my man Jarrett, good looking on the super chat. And he said something coming up in the chat. I don't know how long, but wanted to show my guy Hustler and his people some love. Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Shout out to you, bro.
That shit is
You know
dope.
what I'm saying?
And what up, Chosen Rose? What's going down?
Chosen Rose has a thorn. I always hear that song every time. I hear Bret Michaels every time I see his name pop up, man. I swear to God.
Here we go. I don't think we did this one. This is the last one that I see in here.
Damn,
And
this is a tough one.
said Wick said, all right, I'm in trouble. I have Kelsey, Kittle. I've lost the last 2 weeks because I didn't start Kittle, but the $1 million question is, do I start Kittle or Kelsey this week?
Both. Start them both.
You play both of them motherfuckers.
You got to be able to play one in a flex.
If you, if
first
I'm
of
gonna
all,
give
you play Kelsey. You play Kelsey because it's tomorrow night, right? And if that goes awry, for you, you almost feel obligated to start Kittle. Because Kittle is a sure thing, man. Kittle's a sure thing right now.
Yeah, he's been killing it.
Yeah, sure thing.
If you don't want to watch the game tomorrow night, then you can sit Kelsey and start Kittle and just not watch the game. That's what I would do, and then see what happens, and then go from there on Sunday.
You could, but Kelsey, you can't not start Kelsey.
Well, I mean, dude, I've been starting Kelsey, and honestly, like I said, I backed into the playoffs, and this week I'm thinking about not starting Kelsey.
This is a big game for him. It's a big game for Kelsey. I understand, like Derwin James and everybody's back. First of all, I'm playing against Kelsey in my $500 league.
And you're saying start him.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I don't think I'd be able to look at myself in the mirror for like a long time.
And Ewick said I can't play both. Cannot play both.
Oh.
If I start Kelsey and he went bananas, and I lost in the in the playoffs, I don't think I'd be able to look.
I'm gonna go Kelsey because.
But he's already saying that he's already done that by starting Kelsey. And Kittle's gone bananas. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
It could happen either way.
You know what else though is that Atlanta, you could beat them up on the ground and do other things against them too.
Yeah, who's going to be more needed?
Like,
I'm
not putting the game point. If you ask me, whatever the fucking point total is for the Niners Atlanta game, I'll probably take the under. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I'll probably take the over on 52 for the Chiefs Chargers game. I expect that game to go bananas.
Good idea. You're right there. Probably more opportunities for scores. Kelsey, it's been a while. Kelsey hasn't been in the end zone in how long?
Kittle.
He's due, right? Kelsey's due. This is the week.
It's gonna be a shootout. I mean,
fucking A, man.
It's gonna be trying to prove.
Listen, I hope this works as an ultimate reverse jinx because shout out to Steamboat. I'm playing him.
I hope that you win $1 million. And I hope it's $1 million, like it's a real $1 million question. Or I hope that this pays off for you, whatever you decide. But
that's by far the toughest question we've ever got in the year, bro.
Yeah, because I don't have both of these guys on a roster.
Because this is the time
if I was staring them both down in the face.
And if I did have them on a roster, it would be where I could play one of them in the flex.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
Why do you have both of them?
I have Waller and Kelsey in a league, right? Waller's been hurt, but I was playing them both, man. All the time.
Savage.
Yeah, it was working out great for me. Shit. Damn you, Waller.
Damn, I'm wearing
I've been playing Albert O in his place.
The inner Bogard.
Yeah, I can't say that.
While I am the inner Bogard talking about. Go Kittle, bro.
I'll try it out later.
And then Boonham. Oakweg. Like you're saying okay, but with a W in it. Like Oakweg. Oakweg with a G, and then Boonham.
Or a Q? Pretty extra cute. Oakweg.
Oakweg.
That was hella shroomed.
Oakweg.
Alex Oakweg. Gotcha. That's a good one.
Oakweg. That's a Little Rascals reference for those you don't know.
Damn, and Ewick said thanks. I picked him up. Someone stupidly dropped him right when he got hurt.
Oh yeah, that happens. What a maroon.
He might be a victim of circumstance here because if this is obviously a league where you can only start one tight end, right? So you probably don't even have no IRs, I'm assuming.
There's no flex either, I'm sure.
Damn, do we chase the Kittle? I just said it too. Kittle's been consistent.
What
But
is
this
Kittle's
also
numbers? I know he blew up like a couple
here's
weeks
the
ago.
thing. This
Two
is what
games,
really
two
fucks me up.
games.
If we really want to split hairs here and break this down to help him out, it's really sorry that Kelsey's on a Thursday night, because if we
Yeah.
can go, if they both played on a Sunday, I would easily say Kittle if there's no Mitchell, because when there's no Mitchell, guess what? Debo is the running back, and now the Kittle and
It's one
Ayuk
less
get hella
catcher out there.
targets.
Yep, that makes
It's
sense.
just how it's been. You know what I mean? Going all the way back to the fucking November. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's looked. The thing is, like, performance-wise, on the field, when you look at both of these guys playing, Kittle has been the monster with the ball in his hand. Like Kelsey, when he gets it, you know, this could be the start of a decline in the Kelsey dynasty saga. Like
But the
was,
moment we think this, look at
then
the
he's gonna
moment we
pop back
think
up.
this, he's gonna go crazy. That's why, like, it's really splitting hairs here, and that's why I said it sucks that he's on a Thursday, because that would give us more leeway to make this. Like, you got to go Kelsey. Like, it's just like I'm sorry. Like, if I'm wrong, don't even listen to me. Don't even listen to me. I'm saying you got
No, you have a lot of valid points on this one's super tough. Yeah, it's easily the hardest question I've ever had.
This is literally the hardest question we've had all fucking year. I swear to God.
Because if you think about it with other positions, right? Like I mentioned it earlier. Hey, who am I going to go with this week? Am I going to play Tom Brady or am I going to play Hurts? Right? There's two completely different styles, right? At the same position, and they get you points in different ways. These guys' offenses, they're both
Tiger style.
They both used to be, or I guess at some point there still are focal points of their offense. You know, and I still feel like for the Chiefs' offense to be the best version of itself, it needs to run through Travis Kelce. And it kind of hasn't, which is why we're feeling that he's due, and this could be one of those games where, you know, he just goes off.
I mean, this is a callback to earlier in the show. I'm gonna stay consistent because that's what I try to do best in my life, just in anything, right? In every facet. So I'm gonna say we're going Travis Kelce, because what I said earlier in the show is that I have the Chargers whooping their ass. So
you're gonna have to come back.
Yeah, I feel like Kelsey's just gonna be that guy. It's gotta happen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you drafted Kelce and you picked up Kittle, right? So that's
if you have Kelsey, you got him in the first round. And I hate to say it, but you just have to start him almost based on that premise.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
You got me.
He got you
convinced
here.
me. I mean, I'm starting Kelsey. I don't have a lot of Kittle shares, so I'm starting Kelsey everywhere I got him anyway.
But that's what's fucked up, is because Kittle is like the ill flex. If not, it'd be vice versa. Like, but the fact that he's playing on Thursday, you almost can't miss on this game. This is a must-win game. Kelsey can't be the guy that misses out on the fantasy football bonanza here.
No.
Right?
I mean, there was a lot of scores last week too, though, wasn't there? But it was just a lot of random weird shit.
That's a different game. That's an outlier game, because when you start off the game and they get you a fucking pick six or whatever the fuck it was, Derek Carr sucks. Let's just say that.
Derek Carr sucks.
Those are not great numbers that Kelsey put up historically against the Chargers.
All right, what do you think, Bogard? You ready to wrap this thing up?
Let's do it. Hey, let's go around the horn. Peacock, let them know about one more time about the website, bro.
Sure. The website's down there right at the bottom. You can see it right there, neonpeacock.threadless.com. I have some merch up there. Been doing a lot of my graphics, been going up daily, so you can find anything from coffee mugs to throw pillows to t-shirts. So stuff under $20. I think the last day to order before you wanted it for Christmas was like today. So no worries about that. But if you want some cool stuff for yourself, some great art, I got that going on there. Then, of course, on Twitter, you can find me at FF_Peacock for a lot of the nice little gems I drop here on these shows. I'll remember them later and then tweet them out into the Twitterverse, so you guys can get some of those tidbits for your fantasy goodness. But that's what we're here for. We're here to help you guys out with start sit questions, and we do that specifically, Bogard, myself, on Sunday mornings over on the Clock Management Network. We do a start-sit show early on Sundays to help you get your lineups ready. And then we're here on Wednesday nights, of course, doing the What If series for the real fantasy playmakers. I am the FF Peacock, and I am cacawing out.
JC Money.
Hey, just go follow me on Instagram or on Twitter. If you go follow me on Instagram, you'll see I got I'm doing a giveaway with T Higgins mini helmet autograph out of my personal collection. So just go follow me at JC Money Design on Instagram. I do a lot of art and stuff too. Like I do graphics, but I've been really getting into logo design and corporate identity stuff lately. So if anybody needs any business cards, any logos, anything like that, I've been, really kind of hitting that, it's been hitting that spot lately.
Yeah, I feel you. You go.
Are we
you go
still
where you're
talking
called.
about fantasy?
Yeah. No, we're talking about hitting that right brain, hitting that G spot in the right brain. You're getting the zone. Sometimes.
Ejaculation. Just say it. Is it in the right spot?
Release those endorphins.
Come holler at your boy.
Yes, I love it.
Oh, yeah.
What else is to be said?
Yeah, you guys already know where to find me. Is go to fantasyfootballhustler.com. Go get subscribed on Peacock because we got the NFL or Patreon and get subscribed at Peacock. Go to Patreon. That's the top link.
It's funny because I'm like, well, we got an Xfinity deal. I'm like,
I know one day, right? That'd be dope. And we got the NFL playoff fantasy leagues coming in a couple weeks. So as soon as like your championships are over, you're going to be able to get into another league. Just go get on Patreon. In the meantime, so you can hold your spot, but we're going to have probably double digit of these NFL playoff leagues. They're going to be super dope. So just get to fantasyfootballhustler.com and then click on that top link for Patreon.
yes. And you already know, per usual, the earth is my turf. Universe, give me money. Matter of fact, universe, give us all money. And may the fantasy gods be with all y'all in your round one fucking wild card shit for your fantasy playoffs, bro. Shine them dance shoes up, cut a rug. Let's get to week 16. Take us out of here.
Shine it up real nice. Turn that sumbitch sideways and stick it straight up your candy ass. We're out.
Hit him with the run pass option. I run shit or I shred from the pocket. I'm always shopping, I'm always copping, and always pray I'm falling like leaves an item. Hey, what could I say? I make plays every day. Catch me with a thick one, make her pay what she weigh. And then some. Welcome to my kingdom. Really in the field, never got my feet up. Go hard, push a hard line. Yeah, been around, peep the archives. Yeah. Off top, it's a long grind. You don't need to watch to see that it's our time, yeah. I'm counting chips, finna take the chip. You counterfeits, better pay attention. I'm about a chick, catch me in my bag. Sunday to Sunday, living that. We make plays every day, yeah.